Good afternoon and welcome to some TSL action. Apologies for late commentary start. McNamara, Arnold, Roach just gets tackled and nicely laid there for McManus. Apologies for the late start. So Roach and Siggins in the ruck, tapping it down. Franklin in his 150th game. Hand pass out there was good from Rowbottom. Whitford out wide. Now finds Meredith. Going to hold up play. My name's Bo Downham. It's a pleasure to have you for round 10 TSL action. Callum Thompson taking the mark. Rowbottom leading up. Ryan Rosendale will be joining us shortly here. But kick's going to be cut off from Nat Franklin, who plays game 150 this afternoon. So it's been a great effort. Some Candy, kick inside forward 50. Siggins. It's going to be a holding free kick though to Harrison Gunther. Out wide. Going to find Lukey Nicholson. Nice stabbing kick out wide. Finds Adam Roberts. Heath Shaw not playing this week. He potentially a one-off occurrence. Hayden. Kicking in the middle of the ground, finds Thompson. Not much further afield though. Michael Blackburn, who made his return against Clarence a few weeks ago. Pushed out of it was Dilger. A free kick going to him, so Matty Dilger, kick inside forward 50. He's going to just be cut off there from the returning Phil Bell-Chambers, who is back this week. In fact, it's Tyler Martin who'll go out wider. Hand pass off. Tilly. Lauderdale playing in the traditional Geelong home strip. Blackburn, Roach, Blowfield gets the hand pass off the deck. Scrubby little ball. Nicholson can't quite pick it up. Eventually does. Whitford chipping kick over the top. Dilger had Hayden on it if he wanted it. Didn't go. Wheels and goes inside the forward 50 for Glenorchy. Wait, kicked 3 goals. Joseph off the ground. Can't quite make anything of it. Hand pass off was good and a hat kick out. Going to get him out of trouble, but it's going to be returning. Rowbottom loads up from 50. It's a long booming kick. Meredith was in the pocket. Hayden Smith tapped that one out and calls for deliberate is not going to quite work out. It was Suki who's back in this week. Suki did play last week, but it was a cry for deliberate. Didn't quite eventuate. Smith. Wasn't really anything from Tilly. Dilger. Tilly again, racking up some touches again this week. Didn't play the game against Lauderdale, Launceston last week. Quick out, kick out there was from Broomhall, and Brady Simpson will mark this one. Free kick though to the big fella in Jordan Lane. Kick down the line, finds Suki, just kept it in nicely. McNamara took him in the dump tackle. Phillips hand passes off to Simpson and going to get out of trouble again. Long kick down the line. Sutton, back inside kick. It's a beautiful bowl and nearly marking it there. Top of the arms free kick is probably stiff on that occasion. It was a genuine contest right there, and we'll see a free kick back to Jason Gridley. Paid against Isaac Manson. Martin down the line. Kick is just going to land outside the field of play for a throw in. So umpire McKenna to throw this one in. Meredith. Franklin, game 150. Sutton. Broomhall. Kick long. It's just going to evade Blackburn. Arnold, Blowfield, Boscott streaming through there in the long socks, number 9, like James Kelly-esque. And you'll have to see it. Only as far as ball up, though. So, tap out, Boscott. Kick inside, forward 50. Siggins and Lane. Gonna take a mark. Jordan Lane made his return to TSL football against Clarence in that Jack Rewald game. Spins around on the right foot. Kick on goal is good. First of the afternoon. Going to the Bombers. One straight goal. Jordan Lane gets the first in a traditional rivalry clash. So, Lauderdale get the first in the number 55 strip. Ins and outs for both teams. Phil Bell, Chambers, Perkins and Tilly in. Oscar Shaw, Ned Shaw out and Ratcliffe. And for the Pies, well, Dan Joseph, Heath Shaw and Cooper Meredith out. Liam Roach, McGann and Finlay in. Umpires Ben Strong, Tom McEntee, Ollie Pye in the field. Joe Gregory, Tom Groom, Jove McKenna on the boundary. And your senior goal umpires are Max Genders and Josh Glover. So, go back in the middle now. Smith tapped it down. Silver service off to Sutton. Walsh, kick inside, forward 50. Leading out is Tilly. It's a nice mark. Sam Tilly. Perfect lead out. Kick inside, finds Sutton. So, Sutton's gonna have a kick on goal. Gonna test him here. Lethargic approach in. Reece Sutton crosses the paint of 50. It's a booming right foot kick from Sutton. Perfect start to the Bombers' afternoon. 2 straight goals. Sutton with a long bomb. Outside 50. And some picture perfect play there. It all started off with a tap down from Hayden Smith. So Smith with a tap down, Franklin. Suki inside forward 50, just evading a teammate. Siggins taps it to himself. 3 bites of the cherry. Hair passes it off. Blaschke brings ball to ground. It was Cam Hooker. Blackburn gets the intercept. Snap on goal was smothered. Jenkins keeps the ball in. Tilly, he's dragged over the line. See, throw in. Doesn't look like Andrew Phillips has pulled up today. Thompson. Snapping kick. Manson too hot to handle. Ball free kick. Manson. Try and get an updated team sheet for you. In the near future, Waite at the back. Just dropped what he probably should have marked. Having him nicely again is Broomhall. Jenkins is taken. Ball up. Hayden Smith again. Walsh. Finlay shrugged the tackle at him. Thompson was great last week. 8 clearances. Manson picks it up on the half volley. Try to keep it in. Eventually does. Kick inside forward 50 for the Pies and Waite nearly clunks another. 3 goals last week. Joseph. Free kick going the way of Lauderdale. Now, I'll find Suki. Perkins, who's back this week. Kick was just out wide, evading a teammate in O'Byrne. Tilly has some space. One bounce. Kick inside the forward 50. Siggins is leading out. Perfect play there from the Bombers. Sammy Siggins. Quiet week last week. I'm sure he's going to try rectify that today. Sam Siggins going across the paint of 50. Again, similar spot to where Sutton was. Siggins, the goal number 1, crosses it, 50. Out, and it's just going to register for a minus score. So, first minus score of the afternoon. Unlucky there from Glenorchy. They just didn't quite get that kick inside forward 50 that they would have liked. So, out wide. Again, Smith rectifying Jenkins. It was a pretty substantial height difference. Ball spills out. Whitford, kick along the ground. Dilger, who's in this game today. We'll have an updated team sheet for you soon. Doesn't look like there's any Andrew Phillips, though, this afternoon. So Smith and Meredith are going to do ruck battle. Possibly no Jay Bowden out. They haven't seen him on the field so far. Meredith slapped the ball to ground. And Finlay just struggling to pick it up. Struggling to tackle again. Sutton spills out to him. Rowbottom crashes the pack hard. And then nice tackle laid. Ball spills out. Finlay. Oakley. Now again, it's going to end up in the hands of Whitford. Ball is spilling out as Ryan Rosendale joins us. Ryan, pleasure to have you this afternoon as Blackburn takes the mark.
Pleasure, Bo. Apologies to both you and all our viewers on the live stream for my delayed start, but pleasure to be with you. What should be a cracking game as ball goes forward now for the Bombers. Perkins kicks inside 50. Siggins got Blashke on. It likes to go around him. Siggins, can he do what he does every single week in this competition? That looks pretty good, but just goes to the right of screen. So,
must admit, traffic in southern Tasmania has been shocking today, Ryan.
It is. I can't actually blame the traffic though, Bo. Just some work, things that have tied me up later than I would have liked. So I do apologise again to both you and all our listeners. But I'm here now and should be set for a cracking game. I was able to tune in on my way in the car. Blashke must have got a free kick out of that play. So he gets the third of the day for the Bombers. So that's 3 early ones for the home side. Tuning in on my way down, but obviously saw Jordan Lane kick that first one, followed by Reece Sutton, I believe. So 3 early ones now for the Bombers, who, really speaking to Alan Christensen yesterday, Bo, really keen to come out and make a good account of themselves today, given they've got to win this game to really stay in touch with that top 3. And from a Glenorchy perspective, I guess 2 in a row for them. First time since 2019 they've been able to chalk up 2 wins together. So for Glenorchy, an equally as big contest for them today. If they can win here today, it'll be 3 in a row and they'll stay in touch with that top 4.
Some team updates, Ryan. Josh McGuinness and Andrew Phillips out. Max Skelly and Hayden Smith in. So big out there by way of Andrew Phillips. And
big out Flip, but obviously we know what Hayden Smith's been able to do in this comp, so no doubt they'll back Smithy in to get the job done today as he wins that ruck tap out.
And Jay Bowden for Glenorchy out as well.
So a couple of big games out as Smith just comes through there and puts Jacob Finlay on his backside. So clearly coming with some intent to play well today is Hayden Smith in the absence of Andrew Phillips. Tilly gets his kick out, can't get to Sutton. Boscott just gets through a couple. Arnold and Joseph, the 2 of them, gets it out to Martin. Martin kicks forward now. It's a good one. Straight onto the chest of Sam O'Byrne. He kicks inside 50. Who's there? Tall targets galore. Lane beaten well there, though, by Harrison Gunther. It's the reason that man's in the Tasmanian state squad.
It's number 1 in the comp for contested marks, Harrison Gunther. So
come back in incredible form, hasn't he, Bo? Kick out now to Josh Arnold. So the Glenorchy playing coach now in his 2nd year as the coach of this side. Kicks back inside to Finlay. Finlay will give a handball back to Arnold. So racking them up in the D50 is Josh Arnold. Kick out now to number 6, Bailey Jenkins. He goes even wider to a teammate. It's number 17. So they go forward. Can't take a mark. The interest today, Bo, to see, I think he might have started for Blake Wade. He's obviously made his name in this comp as a really good rebounding half backer, but the last probably 2 to 3 games he's gone forward and been able to hit the score sheet, which is really pleasing, no doubt, for Josh and the rest of the coaching staff at the Pies.
Yeah, it certainly would. 3 goals in both his 2 wins last week, obviously coming off the bye against North Hobart coming into that game. He kicked 3 against Launceston, I should say, and kicked 3 against North Hobart and looked One of the most lively targets down there. He's had a great start to the year down in the forward line. He's been terrific. His ball comes back to Tilly, who's had a pretty phenomenal start to this game. He's come back in with some speed and purpose, and he's been great as Tilly just goes back, kick evading a teammate. It was pretty scrubby stuff. Gridley back in, taken nicely there from Roberts. Tilly again with that space and pace off half back, kick out wide. Again, dinky little kick finds Phil Bellchambers, who's back this week. Taken in the tackle from McNamara. Hooker's worked himself up the ground. Bellchambers might have copped one high. Hand pass off there was from Griegel. And now they're going to work forward. Seconds in an isolated one-on-one. What a battle that'll be. Keeps ball in. Wanted the hand pass. Got it. And now Lane will retreat back out wide. So Skelly, kick inside forward 50. Boscott, how's he going to use the body? Arnold over the top. He gets taken in the Boscott tackle, and we'll see a free kick to Josh Arnold. It was some nice intent shown there from Thor Boscott, who's wearing the long socks today.
It was intent from Thor Boscott. Work there though from Josh Arnold. Thompson comes wide now, goes to a teammate. That's a good kick out there to Isaac Manson. He's going to get a free kick for infringement on that occasion. So one of these young Pies leaders that has stepped up exponentially this season, and especially in the last two games. What can he do today? Kicks forward. It's a good one into the path of Bailey Jenkins. So he goes wide. He's going to bring this back inside. It's Liam Roach. So Liam Roach back in today for the Pies. Will have the job against Hayden Smith. Not his best kick, but it works out well there. Just a one-handed grab from Kobe Phillips. Phillips goes wide to the coach in Arnold. What can he do with the footy now, Josh Arnold? The Magpies need one here just to stem the bleeding and not get this out to a 4-goal deficit early in this game. Short kick's a good one to Jordan Hayden in the long sleeves. Good to see that man back in the TSL this year. He's come back and made an immediate impact. Simpson gets a handball. Good smother though by Tyler Martin. And the Bombers now rebound. They do through Sutton. Gets a handball out. Looks Hooker's there. Was trying to find Perkins and Walsh. But he's going to come back and collect his own footy now as Reece Sutton kicks inside 50. Who's he got in front? It's Jordan Lane. Can't take the mark out in front of number 18 in Roach. So maybe Roach will spend a little bit of time in the defensive 50 bowl and a little bit of time in the ruck today, you would think. But as we said, no Andrew Phillips for the Bombers. So that task of trying to, I guess, win that clearance battle for Glenorchy is, I guess, a positive in a sense for that mob. So 20 plays 0. 3 games all down south here today on the AFL Tas live stream. North Hobart and North Lonnie out at North Hobart Oval. And Clarence playing Launceston over at Blunson Arena. Obviously no Brodie Powerfreeman for Launceston this week. Waiting on a tribunal hearing to take place, I believe, Tuesday night after an altercation that happened last week against Kingborough. So Launceston, if they're at a win today, they'll have to do it without their skipper, as Walsh, Bellchambers, Franklin all combine. Comes back out now. What can they do with the footy? Can they kick their fourth early here and really make the Magpies think about what can they do to get back in this game of footy? They've rebounded this well. Riley Jenkins is there, can't take the mark. Skelly kicks forward, going to set. Hooker, that was Blaschke, my apologies. He's been good every game he's played this year. He's been in and out, but he's done well. Lane to Blaschke, what can he do? He gives a don't argue on Simpson. He's caught though. And that's Craig holding the ball from Craig Blaschke. So
he's a legend, Craig. We absolutely love him here in the commentary box, but
we do.
A little bit spontaneous with that one, Craigie. Roach has this one. Just dump along one high. Waits, brings ball to ground. Nice little tap on, hugging the boundary line. It was, and then kick going inside wasn't so good as Gridley cuts that one off. And Walsh, nice bump there from Hayden. I didn't mind that. Suki, Sutton. This is the way that Lauderdale have been building up these plays. Bellchambers gone through the middle of the ground. Now, wheeling and going there is Perkins. Kick inside. Skelly's there. Has the foot race. Keeps the ball in. Siggins tight along the boundary. And
high tackle.
Broomhall will receive a free kick. Number 13 will Broomhall, have a nice season to date. Kick from about 30 metres out. Very tough angle, but the right footer should be able to open up the angle. That he does. Kick is on its way. It's just going to hook to the right of screen and register for a minor score. So Yeah. Second for clearances in the comp this year on with 263 Lauderdale, and they've shown exactly why they are today. Contested marks as well. Cam Hooker, number 20. Oh, he's got 26 of them. McNamara gets the ball at right half back. Will get a kick. It was very scrubby in the end. Rowbottom gets the hand pass. Nicholson with a flick off to Rowbottom again. Using the body there was Hayden, who drifted down forward. Manson burst through the pack. Dilgaru's in this week. He's a veteran of the TSL. It's a nice kick to Joseph. Oakley's out the back. Joseph's going to run to 50. Kick over the head of Oakley. Didn't quite suit him. Roberts, who kicked one last week, is going to get wrapped up and see a ball up inside forward 50 for the Pies.
Yeah, they worked well there, did the Pies. All their big names combining. So the first inside 50 in a little bit. Can they convert here? Ball out the back. Kick out there now from Oakley. And that's not going to trouble the goal umpire one bit. So out on the full. So 21 and almost a half minutes gone here at Skybus Oval. 21 plays 0. Little chip kick out of D50 there now. So as we see, Bombers wearing their traditional cat strip today.
Looks great.
Yeah, it is. I'm not too sure about against the Magpies though. It is an interesting call to wear it against the black and white, but no doubt paying homage to, I assume, a past Players' Day potentially down at the tip. So ball out now. Suki just says, let's hold it. He's had a really good start to this 2024 season as Tane Suki. He's had some big jobs and he's competed well most weeks as he just delays play here to fix his boot. So as I said, 3 games down south here today. The reigning premiers Kingborough have the bye, so they'll sit back and watch and get ready for a massive contest against Clarence next week at Bellerive Oval. Kick in now, goes to Blackburn. He gives immediately to Walsh, who comes wider. Kick that now to number 13 in Broomhall. What's he going to do with the footy? Goes to Boscott. Boscott with a handball immediately to Blaschke. Can he kick from 45 out? Craig Blaschke, that's as good as you like from that man. And that is a terrific passenger play from the Bombers. They kick their fourth, 4-3-27. Glenorchy yet to score. 22 and a half minutes gone at Skybus in the first quarter.
Yeah, our man Craig Blaschke. It's a little goal sneak. Absolutely love him. Saw him at the Lauderdale game when they versed Jack Rewald, and he's a bubbly character. Someone that everyone loves down there, I assume, at the tip, and certainly here in the commentary box. We both enjoy his company. He's an absolutely ripping fella, and great to see him.
Too early now.
His spot.
Yeah, he started, I think he played maybe 2 to 3 games in a row when he got his chance bowl, and then he was out for a couple of weeks, but good to see he's obviously gone back to the Development League and he's done what Coach Alan Christensen's asked him, and obviously with Christensen out with a hamstring injury for the next few weeks, he potentially has come in to play that high half forward goal kicking role for the Bombers. So Tory today, he's doing exactly what he's been asked. As Smith gives out to Tilly with a quick handball off to Bell Chambers. The long sleeves out there today for the Bombers in the Cats jersey as Smith kicks inside 50. It's a high one. Siggins over the back. He's going to get to sit here. Blaschke too. Can Blaschke kick? Second in a minute. He can. Bombers have 5. Blaschke has 3. And it is all Lauderdale at the tip. So 5-3-33. Glenorchy yet to score. Craig Blaschke kicks his 30. Second in the space of probably 40 seconds, Bo. And if you coach Alan Christensen, this would be the perfect start you would have dreamed of coming into this game today.
Yeah, it certainly would be. Craig Blaschke has come in to the side this week and has, well, not this week, but he's come in to this game in some nice form. He's a little goal sneak, Craig, and retained his spot last week. He played Dev League the week before on the Saturday, of course. And he's looking lively early. Smith. Silver service down to Sutton.
Dominating clearance in a minute, Bo.
Blaschke handing it off. Smith. Blackburn couldn't quite finish it. Phillips. Manson. Run off half-back was nice there with the flowing locks of McNamara. Trickling kick in the direction of Waite. Oakley. He's wrapped up, and as we said, they're second for clearances, and Franklin is a big part of that. His 150th game today, obviously, but first for ball-up clearances, Smith, and there he is on cue. Sutton down the line, a little bit too hot to handle there for Cam Hooker, who's a really nice year as well. Arnold, Rowbottom, got the hand pass away, probably didn't need to play on. Perkins gets the tap out. Sutton, nifty little stuff here from the Bombers. Stabbing kick inside, hits up hooker, and he's going to line up for his first, equal fourth on the goal kicking tally. 18 goals for the year.
He's had a good year.
19.
Had a really good year, Cam Walker. Interested to see, we might talk about it more at the break, Bo, how the makeup of the forward line looks now with the inclusion of Blackburn and Lane.
So, look up. It's a three-headed forward line down there in Lauderdale. It's a nice looking kick. It's going to drift and drift, but ultimately ending up on the left of the goal face. So 34-point lead here. Glenorchy yet to score. Arnold, they came out of the blocks early against North Hobart, and then North Hobart took a lead going into quarter time last week, and Glenorchy able to win that one back. So coming off a 21-point win last week, Glenorchy, that certainly be feeling a little bit under pressure and know they can perform, but not showing it so far with Ruckman as well. Meredith and Roach are going to have to do battle. It could have been worse with Andrew Phillips in, but it won't be. Smith gets the hand pass out to Boscott, spinning out of trouble in the front of McManus. Whitford picks up the ball. Hooker has him in a jam, and see a ball up.
Yeah, good tackle there by Cam Hooker. He's one that Coach Alan Christensen's really applauded his work in the first half of the year. We're 10 rounds deep now, and he's come back into the TSL and made a real name for himself. Siggins out of the ruck as he does most weeks, but Gunther playing the ultimate goalkeeper role on the goal line. He takes a mark. So it'll be an interesting duel today to see if Harrison Gunther switches between, obviously, Jordan Lane and Sam Siggins, depending on how much time both play inside 50. Bo, we'll keep our eye on that one. So Magpies kick this one out of D50 now out the wing. It's a good shoot. Hits Jordan Hayden straight bang on the chest. So Hayden kicks up the line now. Can the Magpies get a late one here before the quarter time siren? Smith gets a handball off. Might have been held. Umpire says no. He's got it back now. This is a big fella. Gives it to a teammate in Martin. He might have been taking a little bit too long to get rid of that. Umpire says no. Waits on the bottom of that pack. Smith just tosses Joseph away. So there it is, the siren for quarter time. That's a 5-goal lead to the home side, Lauderdale. 5-4-34 plays. Glenorchy 0-0-0. So goal scorers for you at quarter time. Craig Glashke, as we said, 3 for the quarter. Had a terrific start. Reece Sutton, Jordan Lane. Bo, that would be 5 for me, if my maths is correct. So I think if you're Alan Christensen, Bo, you'd be pretty happy and content with the start you made today to this game. Yeah,
it certainly would. The intent shown in the clearance early has been nothing short of inspiring, I think, and Christensen will be super chuffed with what his team's produced so far. We've got 3 quarters to go. I don't know if... Love to see Glenorchy just show a little bit of fight. It's hard when the ruck battle is the biggest part, the most important part of the game. And
that's probably where we need to look to now, is a response from Glenorchy. Speaking to Josh Arnold during the week, he said that Lauderdale really hadn't been a happy hunting ground for them in the past, and they had to come down here and make an intent, make a real intent to play well early. And obviously we haven't seen that yet, but Josh said this is a big game for the footy club. They're only I think a percentage out of the top 5 equal on games won with Lauderdale. So it's a really big game for the footy club, probably their biggest in 2 to 3 years. So that will be the response now that they need to show that, hey, we know this is a big game. We have to stand up in these big games. We're not the cellar dwellers we have been in the past. There's expectation on this side this year that they can win games and win games against good teams.
Really, really weird point is that they're only on a 59.9% percentage on the ladder. So how the TSL ladder works is a bit different to other comps, obviously. So 59.9% can get you in the top 5, nearly. So
it is a tight comp. We know this year it's been a really tight comp. Obviously, North Hobart yet to win a game, but as you saw last week, Bo, right up into that game late in the 4th quarter. So we'll take a short break with you here at Skybus Oval. Lauderdale holding a 34-point lead at the first break. We'll be back with you in just a little bit.
Welcome back to round 10 TSL action here. It's currently the home team playing in the Cats strip, the Bombers, taking a 34-point lead into quarter time. We'll do a little bit of a pre-game shows. We were running a little bit late today. We'll do it right now. So obviously a few wins this week that we've already been through, but none comes bigger than Andrew Phillips out this week.
Yeah, it's a big out with Flip. Obviously no show today. I believe it was a late out. So potentially you'd think, given Glenorchy, and this is obviously no disrespect to the Magpies, but the ruck is probably the area that they still need to probably get some experience in both. So potentially it might have been a case of let's bring Hayden Smith in, give him a full game in the middle. He can, come in and make an impact, and we let Andrew rest for another week. Obviously we know he's older. His body's probably a little bit more worn down than they would like. So potentially that's the case of Andrew being out. That's only me assuming that for a case, but obviously a big out for the Bombers. But as we've seen, Hayden Smith and Josh McGuinness, also former skipper, isn't out there, and no doubt he would love to be out there given it's his great mate, Nat Franklin's 150th. So should say also congrats to Nat. The Lauderdale skippers had a terrific year this year, and speaking to Alan Christensen yesterday, had a story on Nat in the paper today, and he was all praise for Nat and his ability to come in this year. Obviously, he's been a stalwart of this lineup since, I think, 2014. He played his first senior game, but his ability to come in this year and really be a leader. And when you've got past skippers in this side like a Bryce Walsh or Josh McGuinness, you've got Alan Christensen, who's obviously the coach, and you've got Thor Boscott also, who's coached his own side. For Franklin to come in and really shoulder the load and let the rest of those guys play their footy, but also in turn for him to come in and play the best footy he's done of his career so far, should really be commended for that, Nat. So we, from the TSL commentary team right across the park, we give our massive congrats to Nat playing his 150th. And at the minute bowl, it looks like the Bombers are really going to celebrate that today with what could potentially, if Glenorchy don't respond here immediately in this second quarter, be a really big win.
Yeah, certainly, and Franklin is racking up the clearances already. As we see Smith get the tap down, silver service to Sutton. Kick inside, forward 50 for the ultimate start for the Bombers, or the Cats I should say. Rowbottom overrunning it. Smith down, dived on the ball. Umpire going to see it as a ball up, and just that intent early there from the Bombers is inspiring at least. Smith, out there was Franklin again. Left foot, scrubby little kick, just hooker. Slapped it down in front of him. Now Whitford off to McNamara. Gunther, the number one intercept marker in the competition, out wide to the former skipper and Matty Joseph. Brother Daniel not out there today. He's flying back and had a pretty nice game as well, Dan Joseph, last week. Matty Joseph equally up to the task today as we start the clock. My apologies. We'll go out wide to Dilger. Now we'll find Manson. He's had a nice start, 9 goals this year to Mano. Gonna go long down the line. Kick for Glenorchy's first weight, crashing the pack. Hayden off the foot of him. Dilger's there. Wouldn't this be a goal? Check side kick, dribbling out. Might run out of tarmac. No, Roberts keeps it in. Hayden tied along the boundary. Kick is going to register a minor score on Glenorchy's first of the afternoon, Ryan. So
first score of the day for the Magpies, as Bo just said. 5-4-34 plays 0-1-1. Apologies on the clock there. We're probably, say, 2 minutes into this second quarter. So as we wait for this footy to be retrieved, it's a big game for both these sides. Ekelon games won. Lauderdale obviously sitting in 4th, Glenorchy in 5th. Magpies coming off 2 straight wins. So Glenorchy, if they're able to peg back in this game and get a massive win today, it would put them in the top 4. And as we know, it's a top 4 final series in the TSL, so that'd be huge for Josh Arnold's side. As we know, there's a lot of seasons still to play out. We're only in round 10, but no doubt will give the Magpies a world of confidence to know they can match it with the best. I think that's their next challenge, Bowers, to see that they can beat a team above them on the ladder. Obviously, 2 wins against North Hobart this year, 1 against Launceston. So really the next challenge is Gunther and Lane contest. That'll be an interesting duel, that one today. Kick inside. Hayden can't take the mark, but he gets it off the deck. It's a chip kick over. Perkins. He gets it to Franklin. Franklin with a big up and under handball finds Walsh. Bounce doesn't sit for him though. He's got Sutton for company, and Franklin comes back. So Walsh might have been taken high there, Meredith. Umpire says no. So
just spot Dan Miller there in the back.
Yeah, interesting.
He's retired. Did speak to him last week.
There you go. So
not sure if he was pulling my leg or not, but
could be some breaking news from Glenorchy's own Bo Downham here. So Dan Muir obviously come back last year, played a little bit of footy and was looking in pretty good shape at the start of this year. So might chase that one during the week, Bo. A little tip off there for everyone there as Hayden, Dandelions going to beat that man. So 34 plays one. We'll get a score update for you from around the grounds, I believe, quarter time at North Hobart Oval. It was a pretty tight contest there. 26 plays 17. North Launceston leading that. So interesting to see what North Hobart can do today against the undefeated Bombers. And over at Blunston Arena, I think it's a little bit of an early drubbing so far in that game. Jacob Dool and Adam Webster on the call for you over there. 55 plays 7 early in the second quarter at Bellerive Oval. Footy back in the defensive 50 now for Lauderdale. They've cleared it through Walsh. Manson just holds up the former skipper, gives a handball over to Bell Chambers, who gives back to a teammate. That was Gridley who gave back to Walsh, now to Robbie McManus. So a few veterans combined. Wasn't in their path of Campbell Hooker where he would have liked it. Glenorchy will repel here. Good mark taken by Dilger. It's Joseph. Doesn't like what happened there. So Dilger kicks inside. Joseph and Gridley up, and Hayden Smith with a good mark, Bo. So he's been damaging early, so it might have been cause for concern. That's not his best work off the boot, Bo, but as I said, he's been damaging early in the ruck, and maybe some cause for concern with no Phillips there, but Hayden Smith has played incredibly well to start this game of footy.
Yeah, he certainly has. Joshy Whitford with ball in hand, but yeah, Smithy on his best work. So yeah, with ball in hand and
Josh Whitford.
Turnover.
He did indeed. So Josh Whitford, can he put through the Magpies first of the day at about the 5-minute mark of this second quarter? Apologies again on the clock. Should probably read about 5 minutes there. A little bit late on getting that one up. So Josh Whitford, can he kick the first of the day for the Magpies? 50 out. It looks pretty good off the boot, but it goes to the left of screen. So 2 behinds for Glenorchy. Not what they would have liked to start this game. They need to kick some goals and kick them quick here. They still trail by 32 points. Kick out now from the Bombers to Franklin. So the skipper's just tailing them up so far in his 150th. He gives back to Bell Chambers and he gets another handball back to Franklin. Gives over to a teammate now on the far wing. Smith in front. He's done well there. He's a hard man to get past, as we see Glenorchy President Peter Barwick watching on the boundary line. Like what his team's done so far as Boscott takes a good strong mark out in front of Josh Arnold. He plays on. He's got inside Bell Chambers. Really good kick and really good voice there from Bell Chambers. Lino was there. Good handball out now to number 46 in Finn Rackett. He kicks wide. Good mark taken there. That's Will Broomhall. Kicks inside. Look for Blaschke. Might have been pushed in the back. Umpire says no. Good work there from Blackburn and Hooker with the pressure, and that's allowed a bit of a grubby kick out from Glenorchy's defensive 50. And they'll be able to reset here. You see Sam Siggins come up for this ruck tap boat and look to get their 6th through of the day.
Siggins and Meredith, it's one of the toughest road trips in the TSL, taking on Lauderdale with 2 ruckmen who are in form, let alone 3. The third one not out there today with a nice tackle there from Phillips on Tilly. So
lost his feet there, Bo.
So Phillips coming over from Claremont this year. He's obviously, we've mentioned a lot of times we've done these games, but played some nice TSL footy last year just as a replacement player. Hayden gets the hand pass out in front of Blake Wade, who's been quiet, runs to the arc of 50, kick inside forward 50. Manson tried to use the body well, but it's going to be a push in the back to Tyler Martin. So
come behind his mark here.
Mark. Heavily strapped right knee, left foot kick out wide to the boundary line out. Finds Perkins, who might have corkied himself, but looks to be okay. Turns and goes. Kick was smothered there from Arnold. Jenkins is going to lend a hand in support. He overran it. Arnold just got pushed over. Jenkins bursting through again there nicely was O'Byrne. He got the hand pass off Walsh. Arnold's just been here, there and everywhere this last 30 seconds. It's going to be a free kick to the coach, Josh Arnold. Can Glenorchy conjure something up here and get their campaign today off to a nice hot start in this quarter? Wade just shopped it. He's looked a little bit out of touch already, Blake Wade. He hasn't found front position on too many occasions, unfortunately, so that'll be something that he'll be trying to work on and get himself into this game as Manson and Siggins do the ruck battle. Siggins got front position, ripped it out of the ruck. Tilly slapped it onto Siggins, and it was a nice little Crafty tap on. Perkins picks the ball up. Jenkins has him in a jam, and it's going to be a high free kick. Not quite sure about that. He might have ducked, but Perkins will get the hand pass off nonetheless. Tilly, spearing kick that cuts the air. O'Byrne socket off the ground. Boscott looking for the hand pass. Elects to wheel and go on the right foot. Walsh nearly. And now they're going to go forward here. The Bombers leading out nicely with hands there as Hooker. That's why he's the #1 contested mark in the comp. Walsh, nifty little kick to Siggins. Might have dropped the ball. Umpire thought so.
Yeah, not too sure that kick was there, but fair to say, if that wasn't Sam Siggins on that occasion, I'm not too sure that footy would have went where it went from Bryce Walsh. I think obviously when Sam Siggins calls for it, you probably give it, but
great point.
Probably not on that occasion did Siggo need to call for that footy, because if Walsh had kicked that probably 30, 40 metres inside 50, Lane was there, Blackburn probably deeper too, they would have had a chance at goal. So just a little bit to tidy up there for the Bombers when they're going inside 50, but they're going pretty nicely here. It's fair to say, 32-point lead at 8-minute mark of the second quarter. So
it's a new look forward line for
it is,
the Bombers. We'll touch on that at half-time. But
really interested to see how it works now that they've probably got everyone they need down there in there with the return of Blackburn and Lane. Siggins, Boscott, as Christensen obviously the only one that's missing currently out of it. So we will touch on a little bit at half-time and analyse how it looks over the first 2 weeks they've been together. This footy's back down in Glenorchy's forward half of the ground. Umpires call for a ball in. Obviously, just mentioned Alan Christensen out with a hamstring injury at the minute. Did it 2 weeks ago, pretty early in the game on Friday night against Clarence. And speaking to Alan yesterday, it sounds like it's probably going to be on the longer side of a timeline of return. So may not see him back until the middle part of the season. Footy out now to Rowbottom. Umpire's call is a free kick, I think. Hayden just comes in for some afters, so might be holding the ball actually. So interesting one. We've seen that obviously debated hotly at AFL level, Bo, and it seems like today there's a few that may have gone the wrong way. As down behind play is a Lauderdale player. I think a free kick advantage was paid, so Siggins gives out to Hooker. He's got Lane deep. Boscott's there for company. Jordan Lane, good spoil from Harrison Gunther. That's terrific defence. Roach tries to find his coach in Arnold. He's going to try and find the boundary line as Boscott helps him do just that. So really good defence there from Harrison Gunther. Lauderdale are out. Jordan Lane had the set. Just a little fist in was all he needed. It's a Glenorchy skipper. So Bombers deep in their forward 50 now. Can they find their 6th goal here? Lane gets a tap out. Free kick for high. I think it was against that man, Jordan Lane. So Gunther will get the free call, so 50. Umpire says no. So Harrison Gunther, one of 2 Magpies named in the Tasmanian state squad. Not too sure when the next round of cuts for that one is. Obviously the game coming up later this month, Bo, up in Queensland before a return game. Sorry, up in Queensland. I want to say the first one's against Queensland and then second one down here against New South Wales at Utah Stadium. Good mark taken there by Jordan Lane. That's terrific. So, few players out there all pressing their case for selection in that final starting 22. One man is Jordan Lane, but it's terrific just to see the man back at TSL level, Bo.
Coming over from Port Melbourne last year. I believe he played with Kingborough before he left to go to Melbourne. And he's a car lover, the big guy. Absolutely loves his footy. He's a talented key forward who probably hasn't had the string of luck he would have liked.
No, he hasn't. Good to see him back at the in the TSL though. He's been a star of this comp. Former Matthew Richardson medalist a few years ago. Can Lane kick his second of the day, I should say? He can't. Not his best off the boot. So Jordan Lane 1-1. Glenorchy 5-5. 11 and a half minutes almost gone in the second quarter, Bo Downham.
Simpson dashing out. Cut off there from Blackburn.
That's terrific defence from Michael Blackburn. That's exactly what you want from your key forward, Bo, if you're the coach of a footy team.
Pretty lucky this group of players. Only 3 out there that didn't play with Heath Shaw last week. It would have been some valuable advice that he gave him. Played well, I might add. 16 disposals, had a lot of tackles, nearly got on the end of a few goals. Siggins tried to wrap it out of the ruck. Nifty little kick there from Arnold, was cut off to Skelly. And 50 metres, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's tough. That is incredibly tough there on Matt Joseph.
Yeah.
Took one step forward in the space of, I want to say, not even a second, Bo.
Yeah.
And the umpires pinged him. I'm not sure about that one.
Very stiff. Either way, it's going to be a 50, no matter what me and Ryan Rosendale think. We can see Skelly's going to line up for his first of the afternoon. Little jump step there, and Skelly might be his first goal in TSL football for the young man.
I think you're right.
Relatively easy kick, but nonetheless, it's his first of the day and possibly in the TSL. A late in today for Josh McGuinness, we'd assume. He loves it, Josh Skelly.
Not too sure about that celebration from Skelly and Broomhall, but
Skelly, I should say.
they enjoy it regardless. So 6-5-41, Glenorchy 0-2-2. As I said, that all started, Bo, from that defensive effort there from Michael Blackburn. So perfect play there, and as I said, probably a little bit stiff, Matty Joseph on the mark there. Took one step forward as he was trying to punch that footy out, and the umpires pinged him on it. So potentially one that's been cost him a goal, well, has cost him a goal, but one that probably shouldn't have really gone through in the end. But regardless, the Bombers have 6, Glenorchy have just the 2 behinds. 13 and a half minutes almost gone in the second quarter at Skybus Oval.
Just watch Manson here. He's not going to
interesting one.
Jump at it.
So we'll watch that. Yeah, you're right, Bo. Just allowed him to take the ruck tap, and it's exactly what they wouldn't have wanted as Tilly streams out of the centre circle. Boscott's got the sit, and he takes a good grab in front of Josh Arnold. And he'll be filthy on himself there. You can see it on his face.
I'm not quite sure what Arnold's doing down there in the forward line, Ryan. I think
in the back line.
I think he should probably be playing in the midfield where he does his best work. That's just a personal opinion. But
yeah, well, he's obviously made a name for himself early career as a defender, Bo, so I can understand why he's down there potentially with all the big names there. But on that occasion, he was caught behind, and Boscott, his best, should not miss that. Dor Boscott, a man of his talent. So 2 opportunities going beating early, 6-6-42 to 0-2-2. So, yeah, but I just want to, I think, knowing Josh Laward, he's probably thought that they do have a lot of tall and experienced options down there with Siggins and Lane and Boscott, Blackburn. So potentially they want a little bit more experience in that D50 to help out the likes of Harrison Gunther. That can be my only assumption as to why Josh may be going forward, defending, and given that they do have a 6-goal deficit at the minute, it's probably another reason.
Yeah, it's a good point, Ryan, as McManus kicks it inside forward. 50, Boscott. So to right his wrongs of been a terrible kick in front of goal this past year. They've had 88 behinds, which is the second highest. It could be potentially the first highest tally as we speak at the moment, but doing these stats, it was the second highest behind count in the comp. They haven't been great at set shot accuracy. Boscott on a slide angle, walking in, kick is on its way for his first of the afternoon. Love it down at Skybus Oval. Thought Boscott gets his first. He probably just checked that kick a little bit, knew he missed an earlier set shot and backed himself in and did great.
Whole time he was lining up arm ahead, I thought, I bet you Thor kicks this, because often you see good players, they get 15, 20 metres out straight in front or a slight angle and they can miss, and then they go back from 40, 50 out directly in front and they can put it straight through the middle. So I'm not too sure if it's a mental thing that you think you should kick it and you don't, then you go back with not a lot of pressure on you from 50 metres out and put it straight through the middle. But as you said, he made good for his error from a minute ago. So Lauderdale 48 plays 2, 46-point lead now, halfway through this second quarter. Kick out now there from Jacob Finlay, inside 50. Can they get one over the back here? The Magpies, is the footy going to beat him? It does, Oakley. So another one that goes begging.
Really interesting that Manson's doing that in the ruck. I think he has to do it, just so Smith doesn't. He's obviously a larger and taller opponent, but the entire reason he's doing that, we'll see it here with Hayden. Is this going to try and push him? I'm not sure.
Free kick.
Yeah, it should have been a free kick. I'm not sure what he's complaining about there, but Meredith and Roach are just going to have to try nullify that. Manson doing all right, but he needs to let him not jump at that as Smith goes to Walsh. Kick cut off though from Waite.
Really good defence there. Like forward defence, I should say, sorry, Bo, from the Magpies inside 50 group. That's terrific.
So Blake Waite's been on a string of hot form as of late. 3 goals in the match previous against Launceston, 3 goals last week to add to his tally of 6 goals straight. in this TSL competition. Blake Waite to add to his goal-kicking tally. Kick is on its way, and it's beautiful through the middle there from Blake Waite. He's had a brilliant start down forward for the Magpies in his early stages as a forward, and it's their first of the afternoon. It's a 40-point lead, 7-6, 48, plays 1-2-8.
Didn't come as quick as they would have liked, but no doubt they'd be pretty happy to get their first of the day away. So 1-2-8, 7-6, 48. Even 40-point lead now for Lauderdale. Key now would be to string some momentum together for Glenorchy and hopefully kick 2 or 3 in a row and bring this back to under a 30-point margin at half-time and have something to work with as Walsh and Finlay exchange pleasantries in the centre of the ground. Footy goes up. Smith wins it down easily. Might have just let that footy go there. Robert McManus, umpire says no. Walsh lobs a handball back to that man in McManus. Whitford, he can't take clean possession. Might have been kicking in danger there. Umpire says no. Walsh gets a handball away. So no one in particular, but he's going to end up with a footy potentially here. Good little tap on from him. Bell Chambers to Smith. Smith with a kick into the centre of the ground. Hooker takes another mark. Gives off to a teammate now. Goes up. And that ball's just bounced straight over the head of Josh Arnold. Thor Boscott with the sit. What can he do? Kicks it forward to Lane. Can't take the mark. Good score from Gunther. Was taken high there. Umpires looked at it and called it. I think he has. So not too sure why Jordan Lane doesn't agree with that call. That was high every day of the week from where we're sitting. Kobe Phillips on here to Gunther. He doesn't go that way. Looks for another option up the line. High footy now. Who's got the sit? Looks like it's all Lauderdale. It is. Jason Gridley takes a grab. So he's got Lane on his own. Gunther's separated. Can Jordan Lane take the grab? Good spoil again from Harrison Gunther. Magpies captain doing everything he can to stem this bleeding here. He's tackled by Tilly and Blaschke. Get a ball up inside 50. Almost 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. 48 plays 8. Siggins sets, gets the footy out of the ruck. Sam Siggins, and he's missed that. So straight kicking again, stemming Lauderdale's charge towards a big score here. 7-7, as Bo said. 88 points so far this season. It's been a little bit of an area of concern from outside the four walls from what I can see, but Coach Alan Christensen hasn't been too concerned about it given they've been able to get scoring shots on goal. Suki kicks inside 50. Lane with a sit. Gets separation on that occasion from Arnold. Not too sure Gunther potentially was back on another tall and Lane takes a grab. So 1-1 so far today from this man, wearing the 55. We're not used to seeing him in too often, but as Bo mentioned, spent a year away at Port Melbourne in the VFL. Played, I think, maybe 1 or 2 games, dealt with a lot of injury, played some games for their feeder club locally in Victoria and then back in the TSL this year. Elected to come to the Bombers instead of the Tigers. 3 games into his career as a Lauderdale player. Can he kick his second of the day? 45 out, he can't. So 1 goal, 2 for Jordan Lane, 7 goals, 8 for Lauderdale. Almost 21 minutes gone in the first quarter as Brady Simpson will look to bring this footy back in. He stops and thinks about what he'll do. He goes to not the commentary side wing. Tongue-tied there, Bo. The far side wing is Hayden. Umpire called play on, not 15. So he gets a kick away now. Sets from the back. Footy in the middle. Might have been taken high there, Thompson. He was. McManus argues a point, but they're going to play advantage now. Good bump there from Perkins. That's terrific pressure there from that man, and he's going to get a handball out to Bryce Walsh, who's set upon immediately by Manson. That was good defence there. The Bombers were out. That was terrific there from your man, Bo, Isaac Manson.
Certainly was. 21 and a half minutes gone, a little bit more than that. Just a little bit slow to get on the clock. Smith takes Thompson, who had a stunning game last week. 22 goals, 25 disposals, 8 clearances, 7 tackles. Smith, silver service to Franklin. And it's no surprise why that man is high up there in the clearance ranks, with Smith giving him Service like that. Perkins, ball across the boundary. Kept it in. I would assume, and it's going to trickle out for a boundary throw-in. Joe Gregory to throw this one in. Love the umpires. So, 42-point lead here at Skybus Oval. A lot of cars. Different sort of country ground than we're used to. You can see Hooker in the background. Fletcher not playing out there this afternoon. Franklin met there from Perkins, and we'll see another ball up. So, interesting to see how Glenorchy come out after half-time. You can see Alan Christensen, top left of your screen, doing some coach's instructions. Franklin hand passes it off. Perkins tumbling ball inside forward 50. It's a chaos ball. Arnold does well. Boscott has him. He just slipped over. Couldn't quite lay the tackle. Blowfield did well to get the ball and go to this outer wing. Crashing the pack there was Joseph. Big Smith out wide. Walsh. Inbound hand pass to Franklin. Oh, nice ball movement here from Lauderdale. Kick inside forward 50. Finds Hooker.
Really good grab there from Cam Hooker. Good play too to get it forward. Obviously repelled out. Kick inside now from Hooker. He's got Bryce Walsh all on his own. So good work there. Unselfish play from Cam Hooker, Boat. This man's dealt with his injuries in the last 2 seasons, but he's back in this side and he's been an integral part of this side for well over a decade as Bryce Walsh made his senior debut when he was about 12, really. I think he was 14 or 15. He was super young and he's come in and he's been a stalwart of this side as Bryce Walsh. Kicks now from about 45 out. That's not his best effort. Siggins sets. Gunther takes it over. So good to see Walshy back out there.
Certainly is.
7-9, 51 plays 1-2-8.
Simpson again. Like this option of him taking the kick outs. He's knocked up a lot of touches last year. More damaging by foot this year, though, I would have thought. Waits at the back, didn't elect to fly. Manson with a nice mark. Looking inboard is Mano. Sells some candy. Kick long down the line in a one-on-one. Hayden and Skelly. It's going to be a free kick, so go to Max Skelly, who could possibly be on debut today. We'll follow that one up for you. Skelly retreats back. Mark taken there from Will Griegel. Calling someone to come at him. He's just going to retreat back to Skelly and might just put this game in kill mode. Leading mark there from Franklin. Griegel, trapped by 3 pies. Franklin, Skelly, nice from there from Dilger, and Walsh with a nifty kick out wide. Hits a teammate. Again out wide to Rackett. Chipping kick over the top. This is brilliant ball movement here from Lauderdale. It's way too easy. Perkins. Blackburn's going to spin around on the right foot. What a goal this would be if they can from Lauderdale. Gunther brings ball to ground. McManus, Boscott, snap on goal from the champion.
That look through.
Nearly the most perfect play in TSL to date, I reckon, Ryan. It was
that look through, Bo, from where we're sitting.
Absolutely perfect as Arnold has this one at half-back. Siggins manning the mark. Phillips. Just a little bit of separation there from Broomhall, and that passage of play is why Lauderdale have been touted one of the most damaging teams in the competition. Walsh hugging the boundary. Boscott hand passes it off. Gridley, kick on goal. Over the top is Hooker, and this one's going to land out of play, Ryan.
Yeah, touched out of bounds, so good result there for Lauderdale. They can reset. Just watch for Sam Siggins' boat. It's fair to say Liam Roach has to be wary because if he trademarked Siggins, saw it in that state game last year where he kicked that famous goal to give Tassie a win.
I'd even put Finlay at the front of the stoppage here just to
that's a
stop
good call.
Doing that.
He doesn't do it, so Siggins goes over the back. Good kick out of the stoppage. It doesn't go through for a major. So 7-11 now, 53-1-2-8. We'll get a score update from across the grounds for you at half-time. As I said, North Hobart playing North Launceston out at North Hobart Oval, and Clarence hosting Launceston at Belrive.
Tight game there, Ryan. It's 37-42.
So really good showing there from Adam Bester's side. A lot of people would have expected that game to be a blowout, given that one side hasn't tasted victory and the other one hasn't tasted defeat. So keep your eyes peeled on that as the siren goes for half-time. So 7-11-53 plays 1-2-8. Good result here for Lauderdale at the half for Glenorchy. They would have expected to have kicked more than one goal heading into half-time in this game. At the minute, as I said, 53 plays 8. It's a 45-point margin. Goal kickers for Lauderdale. Craig Blasky with 2. Jordan Lane with 1. Thor Boscott, Reece Sutton, Sam Siggins all with 1 major. While Blake Wade has kicked a solitary goal for the Magpies. So, Bo, as I said, we expected some kind of response from Glenorchy. They did give it at stages. Wasn't probably as long as they would have liked and really didn't get the result they would have wanted on the scoreboard either. They still trailed by 45 points. So a lot of work to do in this second half, but you'd think Coach Josh Arnold would go in, send the message that, if we can get some momentum going in this third quarter, we're definitely not out of this contest. There's still a half a footy to play.
Yeah, he certainly would. The way that they've played the last 2, maybe 3 weeks has been really nice from Josh Arnold's men, but it's going to be hard to stop that run. Cast your mind back to 2 or 3 minutes before that siren sounded, and that's probably one of the best passages of play I've seen Lauderdale play all year, maybe the last 2 years. That was something special.
It was. So 53 plays 8 here at Skybus, 45-point margin around the grounds for you before we take a short break. Clarence leading that game by 55 points currently late in the second quarter, 75 plays 20, while over at North Hobart Oval, the Demons have just kicked a goal, and they have taken a 1-point lead late in the second quarter, Bo, 43 plays 42. So tune into that game before the halftime siren goes. Myself, Ryan Rosendale, Bo Dan, and we'll be back with you at Skybus Oval for third quarter action in just a little bit.
score's not up yet.
Welcome back to round 10 TSL action here live from Skybus Oval. It's currently the home team taking a 45-point lead into the major break. It's been a pretty one-sided contest, lopsided, if you will. It's been dominated highly from the midfield Bulls in the Lauderdale Centre Square. Ryan, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, you summed that up well, but I thought Hayden Smith and Nat Franklin have really led the charge in that midfield. And then you look at Cam Booker, had a pretty dominating quarter, didn't hit the scoreboard as well he would have liked. Along with Thor Boscott, I thought those two down forward were exceptional. So a little bit of work to do for Glenorchy if they're to get back into this one. You would think potentially Harrison Gunther's had an exceptional first half on Jordan Lane, kept in a 1-2, I believe. He's hit 2 behind, so really good half there from the Glenorchy skipper, but a little bit of work to do for the Magpies. So fingers crossed if you're a Glenorchy supporter watching on the stream, they can kick a few early ones and make this a little bit more of a contest. Footy goes up, Smith wins that one down. Sutton gives off to Tilly, and Tilly just streams out of the centre circle, kicks inside, not his best. Gunther as he has done all day, as you see Sam Siggin shaking his head.
Definitely had to lower the eyes there.
He did. So Gunther kicks to Arnold. Arnold up the wing now on the commentary side position. There was a hold in that one, I think, from Roberts on Bell Chambers. It is. So Bell Chambers kicks up to Reece Sutton on the half-forward flank. Gives a handball off to a teammate in Skelly, who goes back to Sutton. Sutton, he had teammate on Blackburn. Might have been infringed with umpire, says no. Good work there from Josh Arnold. Equally as good from Jordan Lane and Thor Boscott with a smother. Simpson sits on that, dives on it as a call from a few supporters on the boundary line. Umpire doesn't agree. So ball up, and I look across to my phone and see the score at North Hobart Oval. And it's the Demons up by 2 points at half time. So that looks like it's set for a cracker finish, and North Hobart could be set for their first game, their first win of the season against the previously undefeated North Bonnie. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that and give you score updates across the day. Holding the ball on Matty Joseph. Bell Chambers kicks inside, and Tilly is in a paddock on his own. So a quick inside 50 results in a Sam Tilly mark just inside. I want to say about 45 out, Bo. Wasn't the best at math at high school, but got the tape measure out there. I reckon it's 45. So Sam Tilly back in the TSL this year. I believe he was a late inclusion into the state squad a few weeks ago along with Nat Franklin. So I'm not too sure if he's still a part of the initial squad or the cuts being made, but terrific to see his early good form rewarded. Sam Tilly, that has gone straight through the big sticks. Umpire only had to move slightly. So Lauderdale get their 8th. That's 8-11-59. Plays 1-2-8. So 51-point margin. Not the start Glenorchy would have wanted, Bo Downham. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter.
No, it certainly would have been the start they wanted. Just a quick little stat. They didn't only keep him to 2 goals that last quarter, Ryan. So Josh Arnold would have been pretty chuffed for that. But again, we just see Tilly improving week by week. He's such a quick goal scorer.
You mentioned that, Bo, but looking at the score sheet, I think 5-4 and then turned into 7-11 at half time. So a lot of scoring shots, inaccuracy again, potentially costing Lauderdale a bigger lead at half time.
So back into the middle now. Meredith has been much walked all over, unfortunately, by Smith, who again wins a hit out while streaming through. Might have been pushed in the back. Umpire didn't think so. We'll have a ball up.
Looks like Jordan Hayden's gone in the middle now, though. Played predominantly as a half forward in that first half. They need him in there. He's their #1 ball winner this year.
So Walsh had 2 to beat. Didn't beat any of them in the end. Another ball up, as I mentioned, number 10, Jordan Hayden, doubling up with the 2 jumpers on. Long sleeve and put the short sleeve on as well. Over the top. Check side kick is good there from Broomhole in the direction of Blowfield. Bringing the ball to ground. There's Blackburn, who's been quiet. Arnold, Whitford, dribbling little kick, hugs the boundary. Overrunning it there was Sutton. Joseph. This is nice from Glenorchy.
Really good from Tyler Martin then.
Tyler Martin meets it, as Ryan said. It was looking to be a nice build-up, but Tyler Martin had other plans. He's had a few pretty tough jobs, Tyler Martin, over the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Played,
Jack Rewalt.
I was about to say, Bo, played exceptional. I know Jack kicked, I think, 3-3, but I thought he played a really good game on Jack Rewalt 2 weeks ago.
Meredith, again, shrugging the tackle there. It was Broomhole, and again, it doesn't get any easier when they go up and take Launceston last week. Theo Ives and Radcock's good during the likes of them. Nicholson just takes Walsh to the ground. Also, talented cricketer Luke Nicholson. We've got a few of these Glenorchy boys.
Dual sportsman.
Playing cricket for Wellington and former CTPL players. Meredith slung around in the tackle. Check side kick again, hugging the boundary. Kick's going to land outside the field of play. We've had a few Taswegians register for the mid-season draft. Geordie Payne going #1 from North Launceston. Aidan Grace registered, the former Glenorchy player. He's a star, Aidan Grace. Might be watching this afternoon. Also a talented cricketer back in his day for Glenorchy. First grade player. Smith pushed off it there was Nicholson. Walsh. Sutton gets the hand pass. Thompson bursting through. Had a great afternoon last week. Got the hand pass away. Meeting it there. It was Bell Chambers. Kick got smothered from Dilger, the laid in. Hayden. Check side kick. Centering ball. Simpson's there. Crashing the pack there was Hooker. Simpson gets the quick pick up. Tumbling ball's not going to help the umpire do anything at all, and this one's going to land outside the field of play for a throw-in Ryan.
Start of a big couple of weeks for Lauderdale ahead of a bye in round 13. Obviously, the Pies today, followed by Launceston next week at home, and then North Hobart at home. So 3 straight home games, and we know they didn't have a terrific start to the year on their home deck. So this potentially be the first of 3 wins if you're a Lauderdale supporter. Kick out from Manson to behind. So if you're Lauderdale and Coach Alan Christensen, you're hoping to knock off 3 home wins in the next 3 weeks by heading to a bye in round 13 and really launch into that back half of the year. They got Kingborough after the bye at the Twin Ovals. So start of a big month for Lauderdale as Bryce Walsh kicks a short one to Skelly. As I said, one of the late ins today. He goes off to Broomhall. So kick up the line, Lane. Set under it by Roach. Well done by that man. Kick smothered by Lane. Good tackle on Smith. What can the Bombers do here? They can't do much. Tackled well there by the Magpies defence. That was Adam Roberts. Good to see that man back in the TSL after a year away with Dosa.
Great game
the old
last week.
scholars. Yeah, he's come back. He's really just been able to give them a target inside 50. It's what they've probably lacked in the last 2 years. Is free kick for deliberate out of bounds is going to go to the advantage of Jordan Hayden. Play on, says the umpire. Not too sure what he thought there, Jordan Hayden. And the umpire equally, he was probably a bit stiff, to be fair, Geordie Hayden, to be called play on. He came a little bit off his line. Big fly there from Brady Simpson. It might have been a push-out, umpire says. So, no, it's going to be a free kick to the Cats. So, Lauderdale, whistle's blown again. High tackle downfield, I want to say. Vision wasn't on there. Cam Hooker kicks inside 50. Set from Lane. It's a good one. It's a good grab from Jordan Lane. 3rd game into his career at Lauderdale. So, Jordan Lane's kicked 1-2 today. Can he even up his score sheet, kick his 2nd? The Bombers 9th and extend this margin out to 56 points. We're at an even 50 points now. 59 plays 9. So, Jordan Lane, what a star this man has been in the past. Former Matthew Richardson medalist, played a lot of footy at the Kingborough Footy Club. Before that, Signet in the SFL. First year a part of the Lauderdale Footy Club. Can he kick his 2nd of the day and extend the lead to 56 points? Jordan Lane from 45 out. The umpire does not move. That's the Bombers' 9th. 56-point margin now. And it's getting into danger signs for the Pies. 65 plays 9, 8 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter, Bo Denham.
Yeah, again, Jordan Lane hasn't had his kicking shoes on today by any stretch, but that one just goes through at a crucial time when Glenorchy probably dead and buried. Already got 2 goals this quarter, no behind, so they've got their kicking boots this 2nd quarter. Obviously spoke about their goal kicking difficulties. Christensen, would he be worried about it? He might, but as long as they're getting these wins on the board, they're currently sitting at 3 and 4 in the ladder and 4th, so interesting to see where they go from here in this last month, or this big month of football, I should say. Franklin bursting out, kick inside forward 50, Siggers too hot to handle, head passing it off, Blackburn for 1.
Terrific play. Absolutely terrific play out of the middle from the Bombers. Unselfish there from McManus. Blackburn kicks his first. That's the 2nd or 3rd time today we've seen that, Bo. Craig Blashy was the beneficiary of one in the 1st quarter.
Work rate, Ryan, is
good point.
Brilliant from the Bombers. Franklin getting it all started again with that clearance. And
that Franklin in his 150th. He's been exceptional all year and he's been among the best today. And Bo, from memory, we called together that round 2 to round 3 game, I want to say, out of KG5, and that turned out to be an 88-point margin to Lauderdale. So it could be getting into those areas today. That was 115 to 27 on that day.
Sutton, bounce, kick inside forward 50, leading out. Lane couldn't quite take the mark, just shinned it. Roach, Finlay out wide to Jenkins. He's got 1 to beat. Ball's just going to run out at tarmac, and Ryan, it was a pretty convincing win, that round 3 game.
Yeah, it was. I remember really well now that I've come to think of it, Bo. Yeah, 42 points at quarter time it was from that game. So pretty similar margin today. It was 5-4-34. So
they kicked a few more goals.
They did. It's always been the issue, I think, for the Pies when they come up against Lauderdale. It's all the big names seem to fire early, and they're always on the back foot when it comes to post-quarter time. So it's been an issue again today, and it's currently creeping out to an even bigger margin, it appears, in this round 10 clash. Footy goes forward. Suki wins out in front of Dilgar. Good tackle, though, by the veteran. He'll be rewarded. It's terrific play there. Umpire says advantage called. Play on. Kick inside. Tyler Martin's in a paddock. Can't take the mark as Manson kicks out now. And he goes as far as Bell Chambers, who goes back to Martin. Martin up to the far wing. Good mark from Cam Hooker. He's got one of the best sets of hands in the comp to this point. He's been terrific so far this year, Cam Hooker. That's not the best work off the boot, though. Goes to Roach, who gives to his coach in Arnold. He's got one on in Jenkins inside the centre square. Kicks up the wing. Mark taken there by Blowfield. What can he do with the footy? Finds Hayden. Jordan Hayden kicks inside 50 now. Can they find their second of the day? Good set up the back from Whitford. Can't take it. That looks pretty good off the boot from Oakley. It goes to the right of screen. So 1 for the Pies, 10-11 the Bombers in their traditional cat strip today.
I'd assume Lauderdale would probably pencil this game in every round they play Glenorchy, just because that kick's cut off from Manson.
Manson kicks inside to Rowbottom. Rowbottom's got players on. Good smother there from Tyler Martin. He's been really good today. He's a Bombers defender. Kick out from Bell Chambers. He's got Boscott on. He's got 2 to beat. He can't do it. Smith. He's got a couple to beat now himself. Gives off to Blashy, who goes back to Boscott. Might have been taken high. Gets out of a Hayden tackle. Gives back to the skipper in Franklin.
Looks like Wade's
He's got
back.
Numbers on. Yeah, looks like Blake Wade has definitely gone back. They need him down there just to stem the bleeding. As Broomhall gives over to Walsh, who gives back to the youngster. He kicks forward now. It's a good one out in front of Cam Hooker. Hooker kicks inside 50. He's going to have a plethora of options inside. Siggins with a set. Can't take the grab. Goes for the follow-up tackle. Good work there. Umpire calls play on. Tackle from Blashky's a good one on Gunther. And they'll reset now, the Bombers.
And the reason being for the Bombers probably penciling in this clash is just because there's not many superstars in this Glenorchy outfit. As Roach gets that one out. He might have been copped high.
Yeah, high tackle.
Difficult for Glenorchy to compete when they have so many high talented players. Lauderdale, Jay Bowden obviously a big out today. He would have been a lovely option down forward just to swing some momentum. Fist there from Perkins. Sits down in front of Bell Chambers. Kick inside forward 50. Blackburn.
Good grab. Good to see this man back, Bo, at TSL senior level. Dealt with injury a lot in the pre-season. It's a man they refer to as Sticks down at the tip.
He runs a tarmac here for his goal run up here. Sticks Blackburn. He's already got one major this afternoon. Made his return against Jack Rewalt 3 rounds ago. The Hobart Airport tarmac is where he's going to run on. Crosses the arc at 50. Sticks Blackburn for number 2. Instantly locked it off the boot, Sticks. It's goal number 2. Lauderdale have kicked their 11th. 11-11. Now 77 to 1-4-10. It's a 67-point lead here at Skybus Oval. Blackburn with his second. Lauderdale with their 11th, and this game is probably all but over.
Yeah, it's 67-point margin now midway through the third quarter. So you think for Glenorchy, it's just about trying to put a little bit of respect back on the scoreboard for the Magpies. It's at the start of a big few weeks for Lauderdale. 3 straight home games before a bye, and then set themselves for a strong back half of the year. Injury issues, still some concerns in the lineup. Obviously no Alan Christensen today. Fletcher and Riley Hook are both out of that midfield group. Not too sure if injury is playing a part in their absence. So a little bit of talent still to come into this lineup. And they're playing as well as they have done all year today as Sutton kicks forward. Can't take the mark. It's Boscott. Good spoil there from Hooker. Smother, I should say. Boscott, he's been in and around the footy all day. He's played well. Arnold, the coach, kicks forward now. Finds Oakley. He kicks forward now to Nicholson. Nicholson gives a handball off to Jenkins. Jenkins another handball. It's a floater to Hayden. He kicks a high ball inside 50. Who's got the sit? Blowfield. Can't take the grab. Swung forward. Pushing the back. Says no, the umpire.
Had a good view as well.
He did. So 15 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Get some score updates for you from around the ground. North Hobart 44. Trail that game now against North Launceston 49. So the Bombers have pegged back an early goal in the first 12 minutes of that game out of the home of footy. And I believe out at Bellerive Oval, Clarence have taken an even bigger lead out there, 83 plays 38. So Clarence, really one of the most informed sides in the comp here. Only lost this year, obviously, to the undefeated North Lonnie. Coach Peter Ryan, it's a big contest there from Reece Sutton. You can see the immediate concern from Geordie Hayden. This doesn't look good. Really landed hard on his back there, potentially came down on his head. So we'll keep our eyes on this. You could see the concern immediately from Jordan Hayden, which is nice to see. No ill will in it. Two players going for a marking contest, and Reece Sutton took a grab and just came down really not the way he would have liked, Bo.
Yeah, we'll just speak about the clearance game. We'll just leave that one in the hands of the medical trainers. It's been really inspirational from Franklin, what he's been able to do in the midfield. He's 263 clearances for the whole year for the Lauderdale team. Franklin's been a pivotal part of that with 29 ball-up clearances and trailing second in the comp for clearances in general, just with 63. So what he's been able to do and work out for the Lauderdale Bombers has been nothing short of inspiring. The captain, game number 150, he's been stalwart of this Lauderdale outfit. He's been absolutely impeccable as we see them.
Stretches come out here, Bo. Just obviously keeping an eye on this. So knowing Reece Sutton, he'll probably try to walk off on his own accord. He's up on his feet now, so probably won't need the stretcher, but I think it's fair to say he came down on his back and there could have been a bit of a head clash on the ground. So he'll walk off pretty gingerly.
Great to see both.
Fingers crossed he'll be fine, because he's been a star of this side and one of the most well-respected players in the comp. Yeah, really good to see both sides, training staff there helping him off the deck. So try and get an update on Reece Sutton health post this footy game. Hopefully, for all concerned, Sutto's all good as we see one of our teammates get over to him and give him a pat on the back. It was a really good grab from Reece Sutton. Just didn't come down the way he would have liked. And Geordie Hayden, some immediate concern from his opposing midfielders. They're going to pay the mark here. So Skelly will be the one that gets a free kick in a sense.
All a part of the game though, unfortunately, Ryan. It's a contact sport. That's what happens in the situations. Going back to that conversation, they're first in the comp for clearances and they're showing exactly why they are now. Cam Hooker not out there. Sorry, Riley's not. I meant Fletcher. He's a big
There's a lot of the hookers in there, Bo.
So Skelly is going to receive this free kick at half-back. Nice. Good up lead there from Jeremiah Perkins. Out wide to Suki. He got the quick hand pass off in front of Skelly. Ball just didn't sit. Spun around a tackle. Rowbottom's got him in a jam. This one's going to be a ball up just inside the forward 50 for the Maggies. What can they conjure up here? Isaac Manson and Smith are going to do ruck battle. Be surprised if Smith has another hit out as he does. It's going to be a high free kick to the big fella anyway. So he hand passes it off to Franklin. 150 to Hooker. Back to Perkins. And this nice build-up long down the line. Lane might have been held by a weight. He gets the hand pass. Just wait. Lane, Boscott, Walsh, all linking up in the chain of hand passes. Tilly wanted to get it out. Hooker just made a meal of it in the end. He hand passed it out. Walsh couldn't quite get there. Tilly spun around there from Finlay. Had an eternity to get rid of it. Walsh, Blaschke just got the kick smothered. Meeting it there was Simpson. And a tumble punt into the middle. of Skybus Oval works out well. Rowbottom, nice build up here from the Pies. He has Joseph out by himself and he's going to take a set shot maybe. In fact, he's going to go scrubby kick and Hayden off to Blowfield, and a nice passage of play there from the Pies. Blowfield gets his first of the afternoon, drifting down forward.
Yeah, really good passage of play there. I think he made a meal of it with that kick. I think he was always looking for his good mate, Geordie Hayden, but wasn't his best off the boot, but worked out well, was able to get a handball over the top to Nathan Blowfield. So that's a Magpies second of the day. 2-4-16, 11-11-77 as we hit the 20-minute mark in this third quarter. Score updates for you from around the ground in just a little bit. I think North Hobart 67 plays 44. So North Lonnie have really come out with some intent in that third quarter after North Hobart led that game by 2 points at half time. Blunstone Arena, Clarence in front pretty comfortably with Jacob Dool and Adam Webster on the call over at Bell Reeve, and
the great
soldier Andrew Cooling is over at North Hobart for you. So plenty of action wherever you look on the AFL Tas YouTube live stream today as Walsh gives to Bell Chambers, who goes to Tilly. Tilly now high up and under ball. He's got Blackburn on. Doesn't elect to go to Broomhall. He's going to go inside 50. That's not his best off the boot, but it's worked out well. From where I sat, it didn't look like it was going to hit the chest of Cam Hooker, but did well there to Michael Blackburn to find his fellow tall inside 50 Cam Hooker.
He's a great mark, Ryan. 50, well, this would be 58 or 59 around about there. Marks for the year. He's second with Andrew Phillips also with 55.
So yet to kick a goal today, Cam Hooker. He's had plenty of the footy. Can he put through his first of the day? Cam Hooker from about 40 out directly in front, makes no mistake. He was on a slight angle, but that went straight through the big sticks. So 12-11-83, 2-4-16. So 22 and a half minutes gone now. As we said, no Andrew Phillips today, no Riley Hooker, no Fletcher Hooker, no Alan Christensen. So a lot of talent out of this lineup. No Will Poland also.
9 goal kickers.
No Oscar
today,
Shaw. 9 goal kickers too. So we'd love to see that if you're Coach Alan Christensen, I assume. Plenty of talent out, but their ability to cover with the talent they've got in to hit the scoreboard and have 9 individual goal kickers is one of the most pleasing aspects, you'd think, from a Lauderdale perspective in this game. As Smith wins it out, he's going to get his own clearance here, gives off to try to find Bell Chambers, but Tilly intercepted his teammate, took the footy away. Looks for Walsh, doesn't find him, neither does it Hooker. Roberts goes back to Nicholson. He's got time, says his teammate. Comes out to Phillips. Good mark, almost taken. Hits him on the head on the way down. Broomhall. He goes off to Skelly. On debut, he can't find Michael Blackburn. Umpire calls play on. Come off your line, he says. Not the best kick off the boot. Finds a teammate, though. That man's Callum Thompson. Both said a really good game from that man last week. Rowbottom couldn't take it. Bill Chambers goes back to Skelly, but it ends up back in the hands of Brody Rowbottom. Kick forward. Not taken by Blowfield. Oakley gets out of a Skelly tackle from his opposing 16. What can that ball do? Can it go through? It can! Terrific goal there from the Magpies from Riley Oakley. He broke the tackle of Max Skelly. So 2 in a row for the Magpies. It's more what you'd like to see from this young group. Get a little bit of momentum behind them. So 3-4-22, 12-11-83, 24 minutes almost gone in this third quarter. So, Bo, 2 in a row from the Magpies. Obviously, this game probably beyond them now, given the context of where we sit in the margin. But as I said a little bit earlier, nice to see them put a little bit of respect back in the game and peg back on the scoreboard in this third quarter.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's been a 5-2 quarter, Ryan, and Pies just showing a little bit of intensity around the ball now. We'll go back into the middle. Perfect bounce there from the umpire. Sigo just took it out of the ruck, linking up in the chain of hands. Perkin has a runner on in Welsh. Dinky little kick inside, finds Hooker out wide. Spins around to that left foot. It's a thumping kick inside forward 50. Lane couldn't quite take the mark. Waite taps it onto himself 3 or 4 times. Lane tried to keep it in, but this one's going to be called for a throw in. So Dangerous areas here for Glenorchy. Blake Waite drifted down in to the back line. Roach and Smith. Smith takes that one down, hits it out in front of O'Byrne. Again, nice kick out wide, finds Nicholson. He'll be trapped. He had a really good year last year, Luke Nicholson. Missed the first few games of the season with injury or other commitments. His kick works in favour of Blaschke, just over the head of Waite. Blackburn spinning it out there, it was Waite. McNamara, he gets slung in the Perkins tackle, might have dragged it in. Umpire's going to say, holding the ball, I would have thought.
McManus there, Bo.
And here's McManus. Goes to play off his line. Kick inside forward, 50. Gunther and Lane. Lane nearly marked it. Siggins is lurking around. Sam Siggins. Hand pass off in front of Walsh. Nicholson cut that one off. And again, nice intensity from Lauderdale to trap that one inside the vicinity of 50. They're going to go again. Siggins working overtime at the moment. Drifting into the ruck. Meredith and Siggins. Gets the tap down convincingly. Finlay spun around the O'Byrne tackle. Oakley just a hurried kick off. Over the head. Now Duga's going to have a nice little spin, the veteran. Hand passes it off. Oakley sizes it up his options. Kick inside. Finds Rowbottom wheeling and going. Kick inside forward 50. Roberts might have been pushed to ground. And leading that one out there is Martin. Kick along the wing out in front of Blackburn. It's a nice build up here again from the Bombers. McManus keeps the ball in him. Play just. Wade had separation on him. And McManus will call for a player. He's called to play on. In the direction of Lane. Nice hands. Wheeling and going with a little bit of a hold up here. Lauderdale calling for Siggins. It's a high up and under ball. Genuine one-on-one. Harrison Gunther does well. McGann just had a fresh area. Blaschke. Boscott tight along the boundary. Blaschke even tighter. And this one's going to be a throw-in. How good was that from Harrison Gunther to win that one-on-one battle, Ryan?
Yeah, really good from Gunther. He's been good all day. Craig Blaschke a bit stiff there. Got the tackle away and the opposition player tried to drop on his boot. It didn't go there. Umpire missed that. So Craig Blaschke already kicked 2 today in the first quarter. Could have had his third likely there. Smith to Boscott. Boscott gets a handball out. Simpson. That man Blaschke tackles him immediately, so we'll reset. At 10 metres out from goal for the Bombers. 27.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Not too long left, you'd think here. Smith just wins it out of the ruck, gets a handball away. That man's Franklin, the skipper, and he's 150th. Can he kick it? He can't. It goes out of bounds on the full, says the umpire. So 28 minutes gone now. Brady Simpson will bring this footy back in. He's going to come wide now to Tom McCann. A little bit of pressure on from Lane and Boscott, but he takes a good grab. This Tom McCann. Going to try to bring this up, you'd think, on the commentary side wing, unless there's an option to switch far. There isn't, so he does exactly that. Brings it up the commentary side wing. It's not his best work off the boot, Tom McCann. It goes out of bounds on the full. So Robbie McManus may take this. He's not going to. So whoever's the recipient of his footy, it's Broomhall. He kicks in to Bell Chambers. He's going to get it back now, Broomhall. Gives a short one inside to find Lane, and Gunther again over the back. He's been terrific today, Harrison Gunther. Kept Jordan Lane to 2 goals. Played a little bit on him, a little bit on Sam Siggins, and he's kept both players pretty quiet. Siggins 1 goal, Jordan Lane 2, so not a damaging game from those two by any means. Despite Lauderdale's big margin here at the minute, 83 plays 22. We approach the third quarter time siren. Score update will bring you at 3/4 time. Close one over at North Hobart, a bit of a blowout similar to here at Blunstone Arena between Clarence and Launceston. Obviously Lonnie had a really good showing last week against Kingbury. Led all game before losing that one in the dying seconds from a Ryan Bradburn goal. That's a mark there from Brodie Rowbottom, despite Tane Suki's late spoil. As Franklin comes up to take the mark now. They've got one on here to Roberts. So Roberts in the orange boots. Kicks inside 50 now. They're going to sit. Blowfield can't take the grab. Good follow-up tackle on Perkins. Joseph's there for company. Thompson Good forward pressure here. Hayden kicks forward. Suki just takes it 1-2-3 as Joseph's in a bit of a wrestle behind play with a Lauderdale defender.
You just have to kick that ball inside forward 50 quicker on.
You do. Yep, spot on. Footy goes out now to the wing and Walsh has got it. He kicks forward off the bench. Lauderdale player hit, nothing untoward there. Good contact from Liam Roach. He's back up on his feet now. That was Finn Rackett. He's done well to recover. Like he was a little bit hurt there as Blashke goes forward. Lane is in a paddock on his own. Umpire calls play. Must have been touch off the boot, says the umpire. Goes forward. Gunther's going to take an uncontested mark inside 50. He's been terrific today. The Glenorchy skipper, you'd think, would almost certainly be a lock for that state team later this month. Not too sure there's many better tall defenders in the comp from Harrison Gunther. Big tackle from Thor Boscott. Brady Simpson will feel that for the rest of the week.
It's just not a good hand pass,
Umpire
to be fair.
Says it wasn't. You're right, Bo. Not a great handball. He left Brady Simpson in a world of pain, and Thor Boscott will take his kick after the siren. So already kicked one today as that man. So 83 plays 22. Can he extend this margin to 67 points after the three-quarter time siren? Plenty of bodies on the goal line. So the former Cygnet Premiership coach back at home base at the tip for 2024. Can he put through his second of the day and extend it to 61 at the final break? Thor Boscott stays left, goes left, is left. So 8-3-22, sorry, 8-12-12, 84. Sorry for that. 3-4-22. So a 62-point margin at the final change. Bo Downham will run you through the goal kickers before we give a little bit of analysis of that quarter and take a short break for three-quarter time.
Yeah, Ryan. Sam Tilley with 2, Craig Blashke with 2, Jordan Lane with 2. Singles going to Sam Siggins, Mickey Blackburn, Reece Sutton, who's unfortunately off the ground at the moment and probably won't be returning. Thor Boscott with 1, Cam Hooker with 1, and Max Skelly with 1. And for the Pies, it's been a bit of a better second half start. Blowfield with 1, Oakley with 1, Harrison Gunther. So there's a 5-2 third quarter, I should say, Ryan, and Glenorchy just showing a little bit.
They did show a little bit on that quarter, Bo, and as you said, our thoughts are with Reece Sutton, the Lauderdale veteran, who went up for a mark and came down hard on his back and likely a little bit of head clash with the dirt. So fingers crossed for Reece Sutton that he's okay on the bench. He walked off on his own accord, so hopefully not too much damage for that man, but the damage has been done on the scoreboard by Lauderdale. They hold a 62-point lead at the final break. Ryan Rosendale, Bo Downham will be back with you for the final quarter in just a little bit.
Welcome back to Skybus Oval, round 10 action. It's the home team taking a 62-point lead into the final term here. It's been an inspiring display for that legend, Nat Franklin's 150th game. It's been something to remember for him and this Bombers team. Myself and Ryan Rosendale have thoroughly enjoyed bringing this game to you thus far, although it's been a bit of a blowout. Glenorchy showing some good footy in patches as I get tongue-tied.
They have, Bo, yeah. Very much improved third quarter there. As we said before the break, Reece Sutton, the only concern out of this game so far for Lauderdale, went off with what we believe to potentially be a concussion issue at in the third quarter. So haven't seen him reappear yet, so we'll keep our eye on it. So the Bombers are one down in the final term as Smith gets it out to Tilly. No Phillips today, so Hayden Smith's battled really well. There was lone ruckman in the centre being one of their best. No Christensen, no Riley Hooker, no Fletcher Hooker, so a lot of big names out, but hasn't worried the Bombers at all today in their original cat strip. They play well. Gunther does well on Siggins, but Siggins just streams out of the pack with a footy. He kicks it straight through the middle to Sam Siggins. That's his second of the day. Bombers extend that lead out now. And despite everything Harrison Gunther could do there, the talent of arguably the best player in the state comes to the forefront. And he kicks his second. And Lauderdale have 13 goals. So 13, 12, 9. He plays 3, 4, 22. The perfect start for the Bombers, but not the perfect start if you're Glenorchy. Bo Downham.
Yeah, no, too easy there. The Pies, they can lose this game, but they still need to be competitive, and patches today we just haven't seen them be competitive at all. So Smith again, silver service to the milestone man in Franklin. Bell Chambers, hand passing off to Skelly. He gets a quick sling around, hand pass out to Broomhall. Jenkins pushes him over. We'll have a mark kicking inboard to Natty Franklin. 150 games today. As if we haven't mentioned it enough, he's been inspirational. He just plucked that ball out of nowhere, really. Suki, all combining with O'Byrne. Swinging around. Might have been taken without it. Rowbottom, he's burst through. We'll have a ball up, so nearly 2 minutes gone in this final quarter of TSL round 10 action. It's been an interesting round with player ins and outs. See another ball up inside forward 50. Hayden Smith's been dominant, to say the least, this afternoon. Quick tap down. Meeting it there was Broomhall. He might have just got pushed off from Jenkins. Quick hand pass out from Gregel. Thompson just dived. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Rowbottom was there. Meeting it out there was Martin, though. Takes a nice mark at fullback for the Pies, Ryan.
Tyler Martin, Bombers' #1 defender in the absence of Shaw and Poland. He's had a big job today just to patrol play in that D50, and he's done it exceptionally well. Spoil there, though, from Glenorchy. So they'll reset now inside their forward 50. 90 plays 22. 30-point margin over at North Hobart Oval. North Bonnie have broken out in that game after the Demons led by 2 at the long break. So improved showing again from North Hobart, but unlikely to taste their first victory of the year. So they'll go to 0-9, while over at Bellerive Oval, Clarence will go to 7-1. Ahead of the big game against the Tigers next week on their home deck. So Tyler Martin gets it on the pane of the back 50. Gives a handball off to a teammate in Gurgel. Gurgel goes forward to Blackburn. Good grab taken there by Michael Blackburn. And a Blake Waite. So he just hold up play. He's got Tilly on directly on the pane of 50. He elects to go backwards though. Risky kick. Works out well though. Tyler Martin takes a grab, and they're going to switch this ball across the ground. Goes out to the lady in Skelly. Kicked one already today. Goes out to Perkins, who's been pretty good today. Jeremiah Perkins played well. He's had plenty of the footy. Likes to go forward, and Arnold just kicks that one out as he went to spoil. So good work there, unorthodox from the coach, but he did well. Boscott ends up with it though. Kicks inside to Rackett. He can't take a mark. Dive in there from number 48 in Sam O'Byrne. Josh Arnold with the tackle on that man. So 4 minutes gone here. Result going to go Lauderdale's way today, but can Glenorchy peg a few back here in the last quarter, or will Lauderdale continue to stem this footy forward? They do. So Jordan Lane takes a good grab just inside 50. He's already kicked 2 today. 2 goals, 2 from the Matthew Richardson medalist. For his 3rd senior game at his new club. He'll kick this from just outside 50. Can he kick his 3rd of the day? Extending that to a 96-point scoreboard for the Bombers. They like it off the boot. The clap on the goal line from McManus tells the story. That's his 3rd. 96 plays 22, 5 minutes gone. Lauderdale will celebrate Nat Franklin's 150th in style, Bo Downham.
Yeah, certainly will. Franklin, instrumental in this dub today. I would have thought he's been brilliant at the moment, and brilliant for the whole season and his whole career, Nat Franklin. So
On the dub, Bo. I like
Yeah.
it. It's a younger generation.
they've taken a 74-point liking to the Pies. They pencil this encounter in every year. You would have thought, and every time they see Glenorchy, they're pretty happy to play them, and why wouldn't you be when they...
A pretty good recent record over the Pies, I think, Bo. It's been a few years. Obviously, these two teams were right up the point end of the ladder in the mid-2010s, but as I said, the last few years, Lauderdale have really had the wood over the Pies.
Perfect bounce there from the umpire. Tilly bursting out with speed. He's going to kick it inside forward 50. Tilly leading out there again with some players. Hooker, snap kick on goal. Not going to register.
Really
major.
Smart there from Rory McManus just to tap that footy on. Most young players would have probably just taken one grabber. They ain't gotten tackled, but the smarts and the experience of McManus comes to the forefront there.
Again, very quick ball movement there from Lauderdale. This is something that I've been showing glimpses of as H. Gunther has the ball inboard to Simpson. They've certainly been building towards this all year as Gunther looks a bit proppy. He goes forward to wait. Run from the back half from Simpson is good. Now, he's going to get it again. Kick inside. Nearly. Nifty tap on from Dilger, works out well. Joseph tied along the boundary. He's got another goal. Joseph! What a goal for Matty Joseph.
Yeah, terrific shoe there. Knows how to find the big sticks as the vice captain. So 4-4, 28 now. 14-13, 97 Lauderdale. So they get one back, the Magpies. 7 minutes gone here at Skybus Oval for round 10 action. So we look towards next week. Round 11 comes to you, I think, again, all games in the south of the state. Clarence will host Kingborough at Blunston Arena from 1:30 next Saturday. While Lauderdale will remain here and face Launceston at Lauderdale Oval. But as we remember, Bo, from a few weeks ago, Launceston were able to get the win, the unexpected win over the Bombers here. So that'll be one that Lauderdale will no doubt not take for granted, that a win will just come to them. And out at KG5, the Magpies look to recover from a loss today against North Lonnie, while North Hobart will have the bye. So 3 games there as Tyler Martin is probably going to give away a free kick here, I want to say, to Jordan Hayden. He will. Might be 50. That's probably 50. Umpire doesn't call it. Jordan Hayden's well within his rights to say, why isn't that 50?
I like the interpretation, though. He could have moved for that ball, I feel.
Probably could have, yeah. Does have to go back on the floor, though. So that's obviously an interesting one. So Jordan Hayden will kick this from, you'd think, just on or outside the 50-metre arc. He's played some really good footy since he's come back from over a decade up in Queensland. Multiple time premiership player up there. Premiership player at Glenorchy too in 2016 when he was a youngster. That one's touched on the goal line from a few players. So Hayden can't kick his first of the day. Northern Magpies 5th, 4-5, 29, 14-13, 97. Kick out now. Gets in the hands of Jason Gridley, who streams out of the back 50. Does that well. Good mark taken on the wing by Jordan Lane. Good to see him up the ground a bit. He's going to get this handball that was intended for Broomhall. And that's a big tackle from Roberts. So really good pressure there from the Magpies. Are out. Well, Lauderdale So Adam Roberts, umpire calls play on. They've been hard on that today. You come off your line immediately, you're going to get called for a play on. So Roberts gives to Rowbottom. Come back from St Virgil's. A little bit of a stint in the old scholars to that man. Good mark taken over the back from Blowfield. So he'll look to kick this on immediately. He centres the footy inside, not his best. He probably should have gone back and taken the shot himself. He was well within his distance. And Lauderdale's defence have done well. Perkins, Phillips contest. So he calls on the boundary line from a spectator for deliberate. Umpire says no. So as I said, Brody Rowbottom, another one that's come back into this side after a little bit of time away in the old scholars. Jay Bowden, clearly another one, but not out there today. So he's been sorely misgiven. He's been really influential in the last 2 weeks in their wins as Geordie Hayden just throws Hayden Smith out of that one, and he gets... That's probably not smart there from Hayden Smith. I think that may be looked at during the week. He cocked Geordie Hayden high. Probably not too much in it, you'd think, Bo, but you know Hayden Smith likes to play with aggression. He's played well today as the big man in the absence of Andrew Phillips. Gives a handball off to a teammate. That's a risky one, but Bell Chambers is classy enough to get it out of D50 now through Franklin. Gives back to that man in Bell Chambers. Goes right up the centre of the ground. Michael Blackburn drops what he should have taken, but he does well enough to recover. Plenty of players around this footy now. Walsh pushing the back. I thought it was to Blaschke, so he'll get a free kick against Manson. A couple of players are tackled without it. So Franklin gives off from Blaschke, gives off to Rackett. He kicks up the line. Hooker can't take it. Boscott's there for the follow-up. He gives off to Broomhall. He's going to have to come back to Boscott now. Boscott kicks inside. It's a good kick out in front of McManus. He can't take the mark. Boundary line beats all comers. We'll get a throw-in, Bo, inside the forward 50 with 11 minutes just gone.
Great to see Liam Roach back into this team. He was a ruck forward last year, and it's like he's made his way down in the defensive 50 for Glenorchy. So 11 minutes gone. Siggins and Roach to do ruck battle again. Roach fists it out. We'll have the exact same outcome as we did just then. So Hayden Smith's been good this afternoon. I would have thought Oscar Shaw, Ned Shaw and Tom Ratcliffe are the outs today. So not big name players, but role players.
Important players, Bo.
Will Poland out.
Josh McGuinness also a laid out today.
And Andrew Phillips and Jay Bowden out. That was the big story coming into this game. Walsh, trickling ball forward. Boscott just breaks through a few. Nice kick over the top, finds Blackburn.
Really good mark there, might be 50. No, says the umpire.
Blackburn sizing up some valuable options inside forward 50. Arnold cuts the kick off. Boscott in and under again. Couldn't quite pick the ball up with all his hands. He's only got two of them, to be fair. Walsh, not sure where I was going with that, Ryan, but I meant to say he couldn't pick the ball up as this one trickles out.
Funny old ball. The Sharon boat can bounce in mysterious ways when you don't want it to, and then can set perfectly for you on other days. So
certainly can. Siggins wraps it out of the ruck like he so often does. Trickling kick. Hooker. Franklin for goal number one in game number 150. Franklin, you superstar.
You'll love that, Nat Franklin. You see his teammates get around him. Michael Blackburn calls all the boys in. So congrats to Nat Franklin again on his 150th. Able to kick a goal there. A really smart handball from a teammate. He was in the right spot. Was the skipper. And everyone gets around him on what's a really important day for the Lauderdale Footy Club. That takes their scoreline over the 100-point mark. Point score, so 15-13, 103, 4-5, 29. And this is a really good win for Lauderdale. You said they had their troubles early in the year at home, lost their first two on home deck to Clarence and North Launceston. So they were behind the 8 ball, but they've done well to recover here. Had a big win here a few weeks ago against Kingborough. And obviously went down to Clarence in the Friday night game that saw the return of Jack Rewalt, and then went up to Utah Stadium last week and couldn't get the chocolates against North Lonnie, but they've come back here today against a young Glenorchy side, and they're going to walk away pretty comfortable winners here as Manson does well to beat Siggins in that ruck duel. Mark not taken there by Suki. Comes out to Whitford. He kicks forward. He's got Blowfield on his own. streaming out on the lead. So good mark taken there from Nathan Blofield.
Move down forward's been a really good coaching option, I think, from Josh Arnold, Dan Muir, Benny Beams.
It has, yeah. Obviously made a name for himself early days as a senior player in the defensive 50, but as you said, by a really smart move to get him forward of the footy. Can he kick his first of the day? He can. His second, I should say, sorry. So he kicks his second, the Magpies sixth. So 103 plays 5-5, I should say, the fifth, sorry. So 103 plays 5-5-35. So we tick in at the 15-minute mark of the third quarter. So for Glenorchy, obviously, we talked about their big month, Lauderdale's big month, I guess, and for Glenorchy, they face probably an equally bigger month of footy following this game. They'll obviously face North Bonnie next week, followed by the Tigers at the Twins, Clarence at KG5, Launceston to end that month. So a really big patch of games. They played the top 3 sides in the comp in the next 3 weeks, and if you include today, they face all top 4 sides. So Josh Arnold was really intent on trying to get his side a win against a team above them on the ladder, and they've got 4 opportunities. Obviously today will not be one, so they've got 3 more opportunities in the next month to try and get a win against a quality opponent. So you'll look for a much improved effort as we see a little bit of traction on the bench there, Bo.
Looks like Jordan Hayden, I think that's Jordan Hayden, might be done for the day. He's sitting at the back of the bench. There's 2 free seats. I wouldn't read too much into it, but
you are right though, he's at the back, so may not see Jordy Hayden again today. He's been pretty good throughout. Obviously we said he played early forward and then went in the middle. Good mark taken again by Blofield. So he could be set for his second in the space of a couple of minutes. So Jordy Hayden was shifted in the middle in that second half, started the second half and batted incredibly well. But man with the footy is Nathan Blofield, and that was a really good grab from that man. So he's kicked 2 already. He's kicked 1 in this last quarter. He could be set for his 3rd now.
He's got speed to lead out, Ryan. That's the most important thing.
He does, yeah. It's a big trade of his. So tougher angle on this occasion. And hasn't put it where he wanted it. So 2 goals, 1 now for Nathan Blofield. 5 goals, 6 for Glenorchy. As that footy is not going anywhere, I think you probably see a young fella, a young kid, maybe try to climb up that netting to get that footy, because that one's not coming out anytime soon, Bo.
Franklin trapped it half back to first game of Skelly. Wheeling in, chilling in those bright aqua boots. Not much to go to be fair to him. He'll just retreat back to Martin. Just thinking about a bounce. He went long down the line to a nice nearly mark there from Perkins. He has Mickelson to deal with. McGann, nifty little hand pass. Whitford out in front of himself, just tripped over his own feet. There was a ghost came up and him, tripped him over. O'Byrne, hand pass off is not going to sit for Skelly, and this one's going to be a boundary throw in. So 17 and some change gone. Round 10 action. It's currently a 41-point lead out there at North Hobart Oval. You can see Nick McGann sitting down with the beard in front of us. Loves watching Tom's games. Always at the Lindisfarne Cricket Club, watching his boys play. Hand pass off there. He's going to go inside forward 50. Boscott at the back. He's got the pace. He's got the wheels. He might have been held from Arnold. Umpire didn't think so. It's a
missed that one, the umpire.
Kick out wide, only as far as that man in Broomall. Kick inside 50. Lane with the hands.
Really good grab there from Jordan Lane. See Sam Sigurdsson to go back and have the shot.
He's had 3 today. Jordan Lane coming back from Dev League 3 weeks ago. Played his return game in the losing team against Clarence, but since then it's been pretty positive for Jordan Lane. This forward line is looking better and better by the day. The only real play missing is Alan Christensen. I imagine that even if he was ready, he might not be coming back, as Craig Blaschke's been pretty good this afternoon, but it's all about Jordan Lane at the moment. Lane's got 3, going for 4, drifting across the goal face for a behind.
3-3 now.
Lane.
Jordan Lane, 3 goals.
Just fix that up. Just fix that score up in a second, but Jordan Lane, unfortunately, 3-3. Simpson, as we see that score fixed up now, 104 Just 36. Joseph takes one on the half-back line. Simpson bursting out with speed. Kicks it off to Rowbottom. He wanted the hand pass receive. Goes to Joseph instead. Kick down the line's good. Finds Hayden, who's back on the ground, so never mind what we said. Kick inside forward 50. Below field. Nice punch over the line there. Great win for Suki, who's been enormous today. Tane Suki. You can hear the Lauderdale fans getting into him after that little punch over the line for a goal, potentially goal-saving spoil. So Smith and Manson again. Big fella tapping it down on this occasion. Hayden socket off the ground. Might have been kicking in danger. Everyone else thought so, but the umpire. And again, we'll see every throw in deep inside. Forward 50 for the Pies. They've only kicked 5 goals today. 6 behind, so pretty sombre affair. It will be a consolation goal at best. Smith taps it down. Quick hand pass out. Roberts and Blaschke go at it. Walsh crumbed. Nice kick hugging the boundary line. Sits it down in front of Hooker. Only as far as Waits. Kick into the middle of Skybus Oval. Thompson running off half-back. There is Arnold. Can the Pies get another one? They're sniffing it. Dilger got met. Tilly. Bill Bell Chambers. And now Broomhall all linking up. Takes the bounce. Kick inside forward 50. Siggins and Gunther. A genuine one-on-one battle. Would have liked it onto the chest. Sam Siggins. Simpson picking it up. Arnold. Gunther retreating back again. The Pies, but it's going to be a dangerous ball. Manson has Perkins to beat. Did well. Bailey Jenkins. It's going to be a high free kick to Manson.
Yeah, he caught one there. I thought that was going to go away at Lauderdale, so that was an interesting one. I thought Jeremiah Perkins was taken high, but umpire said no. You see Bryce Walsh show a little bit of frustration there, calling for players to get back as Glenorchy looked to get this one inside 50. Smith laid. Umpire says no. Blowfield, he's been lively in this last quarter of Finlay, gives a handball off to Hayden. Can Jordan Hayden kick one? He gives it off to Roberts, who's in the goal square on his own. So good work there from the Magpies. They go end to end to get their 6th of the day. 6-6-42. Plays 15-14-104. Should have my glasses on there, Bo. Just struggled to see the scoreboard from where I was sitting. So good little passage of play there from Glenorchy, Bo. As we said, this game was well away from them, but they've been able to peg a little bit back on the scoreboard and not have this end of that dangerous triple figure margin.
Yeah, certainly has. I've really liked the game of Jordan Hayden this afternoon. 3 goals this quarter, Glenorchy, to 3 from Lauderdale. So if they can win the quarter, Glenorchy, they'll be really chuffed for that. But Hayden's worked his backside off all afternoon going forward and then midfield and thinking that he was done for the day and coming back on and whatever situation that was, but he's been doing all day as Tilly taps it onto himself. Much on, gets pushed off there from Rowbottom. Kick just got smothered in the end, and then Thompson's going to end up with the ball. Centre of field. Broomhall. Roberts at the back with a nice little cheeky flight. Wheels and goes. Kick inside forward 50. Dropping back there is Martin. So Tyler Martin been brilliant defence this afternoon. Hooker. Nice little ear massage as well. They're at it from Whitford. So, not much on. Hooker wheels and goes into the middle of Skybus Oval. It's a perfect kick. Tilly to Franklin. Shrugs the tackle of Nicholson. Hand pass off. Just in there from McManus. Oakley with a one-handed snatch and grab. Hand pass off to Blowfield. Now they're going to surge forward again. The Pies for 2. In a minute, Martin might have been a little bit adventurous with that. Roberts is going to play on 2 minutes. It's dribbling and it's going to be a behind.
Push in the back, I think, Bo, on Adam Roberts. So you might have to change that one on the scoreboard because I think it's going to be a free kick there to Adam Roberts. So push in the back as he went to kick. So
he already had 1 today. Adam Roberts.
Kicked 1 in this last quarter just before. So it'll be 2 in the space of a couple of minutes for that man.
Done well. Had a few nice little plays last week. He had, I don't exactly remember, it was 1 or 2 goals last week. I should have.
I think he kicked 2, Bo, from memory.
On my notes, I'm pretty sure it was. He got 1 deep into the last quarter to seal it. So, bright orange boots for Adam Roberts. A year off with Dosart. leads black and white. Consolation goal at best, but a goal is a goal, but on this occasion it won't even register for a major score.
So 6-7, 43, 15, 14, 104. So 24 minutes just gone now. I don't think there'll be too long left in this game. Just I think 3 goals from Lauderdale in this quarter and the 3 goals from Glenorchy. So 6 goals all up in this last quarter. Glenorchy have done well to break even. Can they snag a late one here and put some respect on their name and win this last quarter of the contest? As I said, they'll face North Launceston next week at home. Lauderdale will remain at the tip and face Launceston. So big games for both sides next week. 2 more weeks of TSL footy to come your way before we have a full competition bye, as the state's best players head to Queensland to play in a state rep game. So you'll have 2 more weeks of some footy before you can tune in and watch state's best try to get a second straight win against the Sunshine State after last year's famous win at North Hobart Oval last July. Footy goes back in now, tries to find Joseph. He just kicks it off the deck and it goes only as far as Franklin. He gave to Walsh, who gave to Perkins. Perkins is set upon by Joseph, and Joseph does well enough that the umpire says, I'll have it. So 104 to 43. So 10 rounds gone now in the TSL season. Ladder starting to take shape. As I said, North Lonnie will remain on top today and keep their undefeated streak alive. Clarence will also remain in second spot and go to 7-1 on the ladder. Lauderdale and Kingborough really vying for that 3rd spot at the minute. Kingborough with the bye this week. They currently sit 3rd, Lauderdale 4th. So haven't got the calculator out yet, but Lauderdale could potentially sneak in a 3rd today with this win. Obviously, Glenorchy sitting in 5th, Lonnie 6th, and then North Hobart bringing up the rear in 7th spot on the ladder. So it's a pretty tight season, whichever way you look. Despite North Hobart's winless start, they competed well for 3 quarters today against the ladder leaders. Bell Chambers gets it from Franklin. He kicks inside 50. He's got the sit. There's Jordan Lane. He's had it all day. When he hasn't been matched up on Harrison Gunther, I should say, because he was terrific against him at stages. He's probably played more on Sam Siggins in this second half of footy. And that's allowed Lane to get off the chain a little bit. Hasn't kicked as straight as he would have liked. 3 goals, 3 from the big man. So can he go back here late, kick this from about 45 slide angle, take his goal tally to 4 goals, 3, and extend this margin out for Lauderdale. He's going to kick from just inside 50. He tries to work the angle. Doesn't do it as well as he would have liked. So 105 plays 43. 26 minutes, almost 27 gone. Bo Down and Josh Arnold to bring this footy back into play.
Arnold's going to this one back. Pull back here for the Pies. It's a long kick down the line. Either players really wanting to mark more. A spoil. Boscott, Walsh, can he put the icing on the cake for Lauderdale? It's going to be still adventurous to Siggins.
I think it was potentially behind, no.
Sam Siggins winding up.
Josh Arnold.
Through second. They believe it's a behind if you're Josh Arnold. Umpire Jove McKenna, the boundary umpire, is...
I think he's got a case for a concern there, Josh Arnold. A case to question, I should say, sorry. It looked to me from where we sat, it was a behind, but umpire's called a mark to Sam Siggins, so he'll look to get his 3rd of the day.
Siggins for 3, and the icing on a Nat Franklin 150 game cake is going to get it. Opened up the angle and extends out the lead. Much larger than footy with Nat Franklin, but it's been such a great game that they've played for their great mate, Nat Franklin, today. 16-15, 111 to 6-7, 43. So this game is well and truly done. It was basically done at half-time, to be fair, but Milwaukee haven't stopped fighting.
Yeah, the 5-goal first quarter to nothing, Bo, really set them behind the 8 ball. As it did back in round 3 when they played 7 goals, I think, to zip at quarter time then, maybe 6 goals to zip quarter time then. So it's been the killer in their first 2 meetings this year. They'll play each other once more in this season, so you'd think that will be the focus next time they meet, is to not let the Bombers get off to a fast start as they have done the last 2 games and really be able to have that scoreboard ticking over for the whole game.
Yeah, it certainly will. This one to be recalled. Manson and Smith to the ruck battle. 28, nearly 29 minutes gone. Silver service. Franklin to get nearly One more clearance for the game, you'd have thought, is it well and truly into red time. Finlay gets this one, driving it forward. Suki with the fist from the back. McNamara's drifted forward. Now Joseph with a high up and under kick. This one's gonna just land outside and trickle over for a throw-in. And again, Glenorchy, they've played some nice footy this last quarter, but they're not going to win the quarter or the game, unfortunately. Smith's been influential in the ruck. Manson and him do battle again. Smith tapping it down. You can hear the contact, and another ball up. Matty Joseph, who has kicked a single goal today. He's been oddly quiet since his 5-goal performance in round 2, I should say. Phillips. Bill Bellchambers, I got the two mixed up. Franklin tapped it onto himself adventurously. Did well, found the hand pass, and now they're going to wheel and deal. Tilly takes one bounce in the middle of Skybus Oval, sending them forward. Siggins out the back. Gunther does well with a fist. Who's going to make some support? Waite kicked it off the ground. Gunther Siggins bursting out again. Got the kick away in time. It's not going to eventuate to anything, and Siggins is going to be held. McGann called to play on. It's going to be a free
not sure
kick.
of that by the umpire. Had to read the game there.
And it's
I think he's acknowledged it too, but it looked like he did on that occasion. But just read the room there. That play had stopped and everyone had stopped bar one. So
Siggins, Tilly, Siggins, fresh air again. Roach, McGann, Husky taking him in the tackle, and well and truly into red time now. Not long left. In fact, probably only a few seconds on the clock as throws the ball back up, and it's a 150 game special there for Nat Franklin. 1 goal he's kicked. Lauderdale are going to be 68-point victors for the man called Nat Franklin in his 150th TSL game. The captain, the spiritual leader, the leading contested ball winner, and the best clearance player in the game, Ryan Rosendale. Nat Franklin, take a bow, sending him off with 150 games in style.
Yeah, they would have liked the way they played today for 4 quarters, especially in, as Bo mentioned, the 150th for their skipper. So they walk away winners today, 16-15, 111 to 6-7, 43. Goal kickers for the victors. Sam Siggins kicked 3. Sam Tilley with 2. Michael Blackburn 2. Reece Sutton, Thor Boscott with singles. Skipper Nat Franklin kicked 1. Craig Blaschke 2. And Jordan Layden 3, along with Max Skelly kicked 1. While for the Glenorchy Footy Club, it was slim pickings, but it was Nathan Blofield kicked 2. Singles to Riley Oakley, Matt Joseph, Adam Roberts, Blake Waite. Might run through some best players, Bo. Might take Lauderdale myself, and then you can probably pick out a couple from Glenorchy. There was a few there today. They weren't all disappointing. They did their best in patches, I thought. The skipper, Nat Franklin and Hayden Smith in the ruck were exceptional. Sam Tilley, I thought, provided a lot of spark in that engine room, especially with his run and carry. Thor Boscott, Jeremiah Perkins also battled well. I thought probably the best game I've seen Jeremiah Perkins playing a little bit. And I guess across the board, you look at a guy like Jordan Lane to come in, kick 3, starting to find his feet within this lineup. Michael Blackburn's kicked 2, 3 games back now from injury, so it would have been nice to see some of their forward line working well. Cam Hooker, don't believe kicked a goal today, so obviously he's been their vocal point in the early stages of the year, so no doubt a pleasing part for Alan Christians would have been that he kicked 1. So just for Cam to kick 1 and the rest of their forwards to hit the scoreboard pretty well would be a pleasing aspect of the win, Bo. For Glenorchy, obviously Harrison Gunter I thought was exceptional, but no doubt there was a few you thought played as well a game as they could have in trying circumstances.
Yeah, certainly was. I think Brady Simpson off half-back was good. Callum Thompson in the midfield, and Jordan Hayden tried his backside off all afternoon. So it's 3 from me, and Gunther obviously. It's been a great afternoon of football here at Skybus Oval. Nat Franklin's 150th game. Big shout out to the viewers watching, in particular one man named Brett, who's always watching these games. He loves Glenorchy, he's a mad fan, and it's been a great day. Ryan?
So 68-point winners here from myself, Bo Downham, Ash Wilkes in the studio,
and on the cam.
Andrew McCarthy on the camera. It's been a pleasure to bring this to you. We'll be back with you next week on the TSL live stream, but for this today, it was a 68-point win to the home side, Lauderdale. They walk away victors 16-15, 111 to 6-7, 43. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Very good, Susie.